Wait,
Oh,
there we
ah,
go.
oh,
There we are.
ah. God.
Good evening, good afternoon, and fuck off.
Good night. It's okay. Well, luckily, Rachel. It's I'm actually looking at his desktop. Luckily, out of the 6 of us, only 4 of us are watching it, so we don't even have the traditional 6 viewers.
Oh, wow.
Right, who isn't in here?
I'm in here.
I'm technically not.
Well, out on your phone or something, mate.
Can you everybody hear everybody all right, just to make sure that's the case?
It's always weird seeing my reversed head
Can
on
you hear
the
me? Yeah,
the screen.
can you hear me okay as well?
Yeah,
More
kind of
important.
flipped your like hair line, which is kind of weird.
So you can hear me okay,
Everyone's-
yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, mate. I can hear you through the other thing as well.
Excellent. I'm going to check on live because this is only.
I seemed awfully loud though, actually.
Yeah, because it's I have been messing about with everything.
Cool.
Oh,
Messing about is fun.
Tesla.
Who's on?
Like our only true fan,
Ah, bless his heart.
Gordon.
So now we're in. So the reason I'm doing this is because I am now running 3 screens to make sure everything's running properly. There we go. So if again we were talking about being distracted, Lee, I apologise because I'm going to be very distracted trying to do all this shit. So
Rich, we're having a conversation about you all, and it was something I felt I needed to say to you. Although Scott's not here, so he's going to miss out. But I'll tell you later. You truly are all wonderful RPers. I often get shocked when we're doing Mutant and in D&D how good yous are. And often forget we're playing a game and sitting like, God, that was really good. And then remember, I'm also supposed to be engaging with you, so sometimes I
It's my
forget that I need to jump in. The accent is the best thing, obviously, in the stream, Rich.
yeah,
I was doing a Logan there, I had to get really close. That was me pulling my cushion up because I'm too short and now my cushion makes me scream. But no, truly, it is a joy to be your DM. You guys are great.
So you're yourself, man, and you're a big part of what makes it fun.
The biggest and best part, sorry, you said that
yeah.
wrong.
Leon,
yes.
you're not even in Mutant. Come on.
Welcome.
I'm only
MIT.
part
Have
of
you
it.
even watched Mutant?
It doesn't
I
even
have.
watch Mutant. That's true.
And as Sly pointed out today, we are all now professional actors.
Yeah, we are. We're not.
I'm
We're not
not.
workers.
I
We're
refuse
professional
that
actors.
title.
Rachel refuses it, but nevertheless, she still has it.
She
I give
refuses
that
it.
title to someone else.
Yeah, she refuses it like a snot flavoured smoothie.
No.
Have you got another one today?
No, I decided
you
to
already
go
drank your
just
snot?
straight water. Just straight water.
Straight water.
Other
Yeah, yeah,
waters
we're-
are available.
Such
Yeah,
as
not so straight water.
yeah, oof. I'm not even sure where to go with that one, Rachel. Not so straight
Me
water. Like,
either.
hey, okay.
Wait,
yeah,
water?
cool.
The sea?
Yeah, that works. Yeah, salt water. Don't drink salt water. That seems
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
a bad
no,
idea.
no.
Unless you need a throb.
That's very
H2
true. Yeah.
homosexual. I don't know.
Oh, hey.
And we're cancelled.
And
And we are
us.
done.
We're sorry.
That
we
was quick.
apologise. He's
We're not,
young.
we're not
Doesn't-
sorry. When are we ever
I'm not
sorry?
very worldly.
That's true, yes. If anything, we
Never.
double down on it. Like, we double down. All water we drink from now is H2 homosexual.
Yeah, you know what?
That's icky.
I'm standing that shit. I'm happy.
That's the first
Tried
t-shirt
it,
we
well,
make.
what?
Terrible.
Is that?
That's the worst thing.
I've noticed that we've went down.
Oh shit, we're up to 10 players, quick! Stop! Everyone stop! No!
No. It looks like 4 on my screen. So I don't know.
Like, Leon is truly sorry for the inappropriate joke.
I think we went from 10 to
It
4
was-
there, so it's not. I don't-
It's gonna jump up to like 30 when a bunch of incels come in. Finally, someone with the strength to say!
Why would
I,
we go down? We've just said that the best water is homosexual water.
Yeah,
I am the new.
I
Andrew
don't know
Tate.
where we're...
I'm
I am
going
the
in
table.
Best water
Riff.
is
Um,
I
water.
just want to get out of our stream. They can fuck off right now.
Oofed.
Oof, that's the worst, man.
Totally.
You tell him, Mary.
fuck
Look,
messing with you,
outside,
Mary.
Alien.
We're busy.
Aggressively.
Fuck messing with
Anyway.
you, Mary. Really, Jesus Christ.
We did actually go down to 8. We did actually go down to 8 immediately there. Okay, so anyway, we should probably play some D&D. We were
Moves
meant to be
the
playing
animal way.
The World of Florea tonight. However, we're not, because Sally's sick, David's sick, and Scott was the most tired man in the world.
Yeah.
He
I
was,
didn't
yeah.
believe it until we spoke to him, and geez, I've never heard so like usually. Oh, he sounds a bit sleepy. Jesus Christ,
Never met me.
he sounded
Never met me.
sleepy.
He sounded ill, bless his heart.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
might
he's.
need to hibernate.
Like he had a cold or something.
I mean, he is a bear, so it makes sense. He needs to hibernate. It's the winter months.
That's true.
Berries. Sleep.
Lots of things that'll stop him pooping.
Do you want to
Does that mean my dog might hibernate?
Maybe.
If your dog is actually a bear, that's going to be really weird. But anyway, yes.
Oh, it's not a thing.
So-
It just keeps getting bigger.
Oh, I got the wrong thing.
Like, they assured me it was a dog. It's like, oh, it's a fucking bear.
That's
There was
what
a
they
story
told me.
about that in the news recently about, I think it was a Chinese family that bought a dog and it just kept getting bigger until eventually someone's like, that's a bear. We're like,
You
yeah,
can
that
tell the
makes sense
difference
then.
between a bear and a dog.
What? What is even this stream?
Anyway, I will Google that and put it in the chat, but before we do that, so tonight we are playing The World of Florea, which was kindly bought for me by the person directly to, well, it's my right,
Yep.
but I think it's the
No, you're
screen's
right. Aye.
left.
That's no, you're right.
Okay.
Tis.
Oh yeah, and your
Yeah.
screen is probably on the right,
It's
but
on
on
your
me it's
left.
whatever. See the guy in the middle,
Nope.
him there with the glasses. That's not
Okay.
me or Richard.
Oh,
That guy.
high five! High five!
That guy.
High five. Okay, hold on. High five is there.
Yeah. Oh, well
No,
off.
no,
I was well off, guys.
No, no.
Down. There.
Hey!
Oh. Aha!
No.
Yay!
So,
Jesus Christ, that was.
That was awkward.
What are we even doing with our lives? Right. Anyway, so. Jim bought me this in module a while ago, and I looked through it, and it looked really exciting. Since then, I found out that it was made by a crazy person that did not understand D&D whatsoever. They just thought, magic items, let's throw them all in. They did make a really cool setting and really cool characters, but they're like, balancing? What's that? Who cares? Level 1, fight a dragon! Because, you know, whatever. So anyway...
Level 20? Fight a
level
gnome.
20, fight a gnome. Fight a small disabled gnome.
Disabled.
Oh wow.
Aw.
Oh wow.
Well, hey, it's not my fault.
Excuse me.
Anyway, so yeah, tonight we're playing Florea. It's set in the city of Florea, in and around about that area. We have kind of played it at times. We fought the Chull there. That is where this dance came from. No one else done it. Okay,
The new
Kelly just made it
subscriber
weird for me
dance.
there.
No,
There
no,
we
I
go.
did it.
We're doing it now. There we go.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, that's where that came from. We did play another session last week, but Jim's hair wasn't sitting right, so he didn't want us to stream it, so we didn't stream it.
Yeah, it
It
was
wasn't the right angle.
Yeah.
It was now, supposedly.
Yeah, that's why,
Yeah,
Jim.
nice. I did message him earlier and say, fix your hair, we're streaming tonight.
I know,
So anyway, yeah,
Jesus.
so if anyone can remember who they're playing, let's start with Rachel, because you have played this. You've made some changes. You either can or can't. You don't have to tell people about them. We can keep it a surprise up to you. Who are you playing tonight?
I am still Hazel, except I am now a druid instead of a rogue because I get bored very easily when it comes to characters and like to change it up every few weeks.
So many guys, I'm
literally-
just,
The only
I'm
time I
setting
don't
stuff
do
up.
that is in the actual D&D campaign.
Yeah, and the real one. The good thing about Florea is we don't really care what happens in Florea. So you want to change your character?
just-
Yeah, whatever. I'm not even going to
I'm
address
still
it.
a high elf. I'm still
Yeah.
Hazel. I'm just
She's still high.
now a druid.
High as a kite.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
Okay, Mary, who are you playing? Do you remember?
I'm playing Sam.
Sam.
Is that it?
It's a lizard person.
Mm-hmm.
The best kind of lizard person, of course.
She looks like a gecko wearing like a kind of fancy frilly suit. It is totes adorbs. Not like the lizard people you see in
Totes
D&D.
adorbs.
What's adorbs? Not like just loincloth and like leather straps, like proper fancy boy, fancy man.
It's
fop, whatever you call
embroidered.
it. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Jim Goliath, who you playing?
The Wednesday.
Oh, what?
What? Did you say that?
I could do Jim Goliath because I like to deliberately get your name wrong because I know you like it when I do it. So
I heard you say something to me. I said, well, I'm playing your favourite ranger called Oberon.
the one time he's given his ranger a
And-
character which is the most elfy name ever. Like,
Yes, I am actual half elf in this game.
he is a half elf, but they usually have very elfy names like Valen, Kalen, Balin, just to confuse the hell out of me. And he's like, why don't you remember their names? Ricardo, Ricky Martin. What
Yes.
am I calling her?
Dick.
It wasn't me.
He's into superstition.
My hands are
you-
here.
Writing's on the wall.
Do you remember anything about your character that you played once, I believe, like 2 months ago?
Yes, if you actually look just round about there, my name is there because I'm playing as Golfnu. He is a magic user of some sort, and he's also
Golf.
a lizard man. I cannot remember what he is, and I'm going to have to look up the character.
I can't remember what he is either. I have a feeling he is...
And I need,
It's gone.
and I also
Maybe
need
a
to...
cleric?
Yeah, no,
Warlock Sorcerer.
Yeah, I want
I'm
to
just
say...
naming all the magic users now.
Oh, no, I know, he's a necromancer. Spoilers.
Didn't.
Oh yeah, because we said that Malcolm would hate him, didn't we? Something like that.
That's right,
Yeah,
yeah.
but, like, Necromancer's not a class. Anyway, whatever. Right.
And I'm level
Leon,
5 now, you
like to
say?
change-
Oh,
You're meant to be level
God.
5, mate.
This may take me some time.
Leon! This is your second character in this campaign because you just like to
fuck.
change characters like you change socks. What is the name of your character?
Well, this is
Well, I hope you change socks
the
often.
same character as before. He is called. He's the paladin Scream, named as such because he has the slight tendency to start uncontrollably screaming in their face when somebody asks his name. He has little knowledge of his past.
Don't give me this information.
Only knows that he wants to. You have very little knowledge about him. All you know is that he keeps a lot of wanted posters pinned to him, and he
Yeah,
just wants to
That's cool.
do them one by one.
He also does not wear like a kind of like a hanky over his face.
He keeps his face hidden, and also his race. There's very little he shares about himself.
He made me think of the guy from what's it called from yep, it's gone up my head. Watchmen. Rorschach.
Rorschach.
I was hopelessly trying to aim for there, but yeah, Rorschach. Terrifying.
You got it there in the end.
I did, yeah. This is how well I am. Okay, cool, right. So what we're going to do is we're going to pan back into the city. Interesting side note. By interesting, I mean it is a thing. When I watched some different streamers today, the DM, he talked about cameras panning and coming through clouds and stuff as well. So I must have taken that from somewhere. I just thought it was a thing I said, but no. Apparently other DMs do that
You
as
mean
well.
you didn't come up with that just off the top of your head like that?
I thought it was like a funny bullshit thing to do because I'm like a director,
Shocked
so the
and
camera's
stunned.
going where I tell the
shocked
camera
and
to go.
stunned.
The
Unbelievable.
camera's going like this.
Shaky cam.
Fucking see how fluid in motion I am. I'm a fucking middle-aged man. I can move like that. Right. Anyway, so yes, the
Doing
camera
yoga.
pans
Just doing
into our
yoga again.
intrepid heroes. Well, 3 of them anyway. Sam, Oberon, and Hazel are coming back to the city. As you arrive back at the city, fresh off killing a big weird monster and getting some magic items. I'm sure you wrote them all down because you have a stupid amount of magic items now.
I have a funnel of some sort so I can put things in.
You have got the weirdest D&D item ever. It's
Yeah.
basically a bag of holding, but not as good. You can put arrows in it, the same as you can with a bag of holding, but you know, it looks cool. It's like sits on your back and it's like a kind of Hawkeye thing, so you just keep pulling arrows out of it long after they should have stopped. But I don't know any DM that makes people count arrows. That's boring, surely. But anyway, you have it. You can also keep your lunch in it, so that's cool.
Yeah, I get my arrows only when
nice.
they land in the bullseye, right in the head. Headshots.
So, as you arrive back at the city, Snickle decides that she wants to go and find books. Da-di-da-di-da, I know where to find books. Da-di-da-di-da, that's what she sounds like. And she skips off chasing a butterfly, and she says that she'll meet you later at one of the pubs. I would, of course, said the hero's welcome, but you insist on going to the hot vag every time, so it'll be one of those.
I thought it was fag, not vag.
You changed it to
No, we
Vag.
changed it as the
right?
canon.
I kept trying to say no. You're like, we refuse. So it's now the hot
Scott
Vag.
climb up on the sign and change the sign as well.
He did indeed, yes.
Can someone please open a restaurant with that name?
The hot Vag. I don't know.
Serves kebabs.
Ah!
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How dare you?
This is genuinely
But
the
yes.
best game ever.
So anyway, as you go back into the city, you see a messenger. And they run up to you and says, yes, hello, the heroes of the city are returning. I recognise you from the description. Pulls out the description, and he looks at you, and you fit that description. You have been asked by a fellow named, oh no, how do you pronounce that? Galthop Nu?
I'm not
Looks
sure
like
what
we're
you're
waiting
talking
for you to
about
respond.
exactly.
Oh,
A lizard gentleman, some kind of wizard.
yes. I remember a lizard friend.
You lie.
A wizard.
Oberon, who's never met him, remembers him. I can't remember if you have met him or not, Jim, to be honest.
Yes, I have. I was here when I was on the game where a certain one of our members decided to steal a book.
Ah,
Yes, I was. And
that's right, you were in that one. That was day one stuff.
yes, was the one.
Day one.
You know him, do you two not know him? He said a wizard and a high elf and a half elf ranger. Points to yourself, maybe. I can't remember. You're a rogue, aren't you? I think you're a rogue. You're a rogue. Are you a rogue?
Yes.
Yeah, because we both were.
That's right. A ranger, a rogue, and I believe you are. It says rogue here, but that's been crossed out, and someone's written druid in it in crayon.
Yes.
Okay.
I have now changed my view on life.
I don't care. I'm just a messenger. Do as you wish. He's asked you to meet him at. It says the heroes rest here, but that's been crossed out, and it says hot vag that's been scrolled in crayon as well.
Never gonna
Yes,
get
that's
old.
correct. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, he wishes to meet you at your earliest convenience. He said something about a mission you were given by a big plant. I'm not terribly sure what this is talking about. This is the worst
A
messenger
tree.
ever. Oh, of course, that would be a bukia. Oh, wonderful. Yes. Well, okay. Well, good luck with that. Spins in his heel. Goodbye. I'm leaving this forever
Toodles.
before you start questioning me about my friends and family.
Because we do that.
Wait, where are you from?
I can't hear you.
Your shoelaces untied.
I don't care. Goodbye. Okay. Yes. So you
to know about your family.
No, you don't. Let's move on. Call to adventure beckons.
Go on an adventure.
I'm going on an adventure.
Go on, tell me how. Pip pip.
Pip, pip, tell the
so
hell
yes.
what?
He runs off to his next, I don't know, whatever delivery. I assume that'd be message giving thing.
Messenger.
And yeah, you now have a location in mind, or do you? Who knows what you're gonna do?
So you're supposed to meet our old friends at the Hall of Vag.
Well, we do have.
If there's one thing Dick
maps
knows, it's
to
hot vag.
different-
Would say so.
Oh,
It's for the ladies.
Really?
Not these ladies. Not these particular ladies, just the ladies watching.
All of.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. It's
You
one of
never
these
apologise.
games.
I'm just gonna leave, so I'll see you all.
I'll see you. Cheers for playing.
We apologise.
Nice to see you. Bye.
Usually.
It's gonna be one of those sessions, isn't it? Oh,
Of course
Yes.
it's going to be one of
yes.
those.
Why is Sally not here?
yeah.
I'm sure
Oh
she's
no,
with
it's
us
the
in
spirit
spirit.
of Sally.
She is with us in spirits. As in, she's
on
pissed
the-
right
In
now.
spirit.
Sally just started uncontrollably laughing.
Aye, this is
Didn't know
true.
why.
She has no reason
I'm
why.
not laughing. Oh boy.
She doesn't know why.
Cackling, one might say.
You should be watching, or at least have us on lurking. Any hoozles. So yeah, you have been told where to go. Do you go to the place?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Wondrous. Now, as you are walking to the Hot Vag Inn, you see somebody in the street that you recognise. A kind of filthy-looking hobo-y type in a trench coat, hat, mask over his face, and he is screaming at a passerby, "Have you seen this man?" And that would be our good friend over there.
He sees like the people he recognizes. He gives like a very animated wave. And he runs
I'll
over.
just wave constantly until I get up to him and then stop waving.
The harmless NPC that he was accosting in the street uses this opportunity to run away.
He looks back to see see him when he just realizes he's went away. And you're just like,
We're after
sinks
the
down his
inn.
head,
Oh no.
and he goes to the next like random person, and he points to the poster. And
The 6'7" half orc gentleman in kind of a pink doublet, a blue hat, green trousers, very colourful fellow, gigantic broadsword in his back, looks very closely at the picture and then goes, "Doesn't look anything like you."
no, not
Kind of
me.
specs on.
No. You tell me where. Have you seen him?
He kind of looks at you, looks around the street, turns around, looks up the street. Nah, I ain't seen him, mate.
Okay.
You didn't
Yeah,
look
like-
up.
You look
You can
like
say more stuff. See how long you can keep the voice for.
you look down again. You know, just start like looking like around, and he'll go to like a notice board and he'll look to see if there's any other like bounty posters that have been put up recently.
Yeah, there's 3. They're for one is for a young man that works at the Brewers, who apparently has not turned up to work for a couple of days. One is for a woman who has been missing for more than a week, and one is for a dog whose owner would like to locate him.
He
I will go for the dog.
he
The rest
takes
of the session looking for the dog.
he basically takes all of those posters, including the one for the not the one for the dog, just the people, and he
Okay.
takes off of his very long coat, and you see he's wearing very like tattered like trousers, a fine waistcoat which is obviously like frayed and has like a few like bullet holes in it, and because he's taken off his jacket, you can see there's a very large like kind of scar that goes through to his skin. It looks like it's been somehow like ripped apart, but then like mended, but not very well. And he
Made
just
me
like,
feel sorry for your weird character.
he starts putting these posters, pinning into his jacket, and then he just kind of puts it back on.
Well, now you better be friends with him and like find out what happened to him and avenge him. Get to it.
Right, okay, let's go. Let's leave this guy.
That way.
I am going to go up the notice board and take the one with the dog and just look at it. Like, I
The
don't
dog
want to
is
find-
called Fluffy, and it was last seen at the marketplace where it ran away from its little girl owner. Specifically says from its little girl owner on the wanted poster.
What doggo is it?
Her name is Penny Fotheringbottom.
Penny
What type
falling
of
on
dog is
nothing.
it?
There's a 1 silver reward.
I can't
So,
only
Rachel,
go
what
find
did you
that dog for a little girl.
What type of dog is it?
What kind of dog? It's hard to tell the breed in D&D. It's scaly and green, but looks very godlike. So it's a dragonkin dog of some kind.
The best kind of dog.
Answers to the
Oh,
name.
is it a
called-
blink dog? Gone.
Nope. It is a kind of. It's not so much a fire-breathing dog, but its slobber's very hot.
Ah.
Lovely and warm in the winter to
Ew.
warm your fingers on.
He'll turn
Who needs
to
a fire?
Scream will turn to James's character and he'll say, "You find."
Yes, I would like to find.
Yes. You help me. I help you find.
We help each other find. We go find this dog. What's your name, sir?
My name is. No. What's your
How do you
name?
spell that?
2 H's or 5?
It's
It's 17 A's, RGH at the end.
Okay, got it.
And then no exclamation mark, no exclamation mark, no exclamation mark. Don't.
That makes sense.
Got it.
I don't know. I had a
That's how
chance.
you done.
What?
Wasn't paying attention.
Doug,
It's
Sarah,
You're not wrong,
Philip.
Sly. I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
So, wait, so you're going. How many posters do you have inside your jacket? And you're going to look for all of them and find them today? That's a challenge.
No.
Okay, I'm going to end.
Rachel, then says, I became bored of this bullshit and leaves.
Yeah. I'm going to go. Right, would you like? We come on to with would you like a drink, sir?
Yes.
Only go you're buying the first round. Then leave them in.
And I will say with this, you collect your companion and you make your way to the hot badge inn. Upon opening the door, there's the usual oversized chairs, oversized tables, and the large bartender, half stone giant, behind the bar, serving large drinks. He takes a gold or two, I'll say 2 gold off you for your large barrels filled with various beverages of your choice. And in the corner of the room, you do see your lizard man friend, Gulp, I forget his name, Gulp or something.
Gulpthnu.
Gulpthnu, that's it, Gulpthnu. And he's sitting there. Now, Gulpthnu, you have actually been contacted yourself by the spirit of Abukia, and she's asked if you could please hurry to the original quest that they gave you, which was
Have we
to
still
discover
not done
what's
that?
happened. Nope.
Jesus
You didn't do it.
Christ.
Right. Time has passed, and the matter of urgency which the spirit of the city gave you, you went, nah. You didn't actually say nah, you wanted to wait till the rest of the team was there. You'd actually had to go and smooth some things over with a guild master
Yes, I did.
that a couple of players had
Yes, I was there.
deeply antagonised. Yes. People who weren't there.
You
That's
mean
what they
me?
were doing.
You mean
Yeah.
me?
I mean Rachel and
Sally.
Sally and maybe Minnie, I can't remember. Minnie, were you involved in the
I was
shenanigans?
think it was
attacked
just
by
me.
a rug.
Oh, yeah, that was a different session, yeah. There's things have happened. But yes,
Oh, me
so
and Sally, yeah. We did
And
bad
And then we
things.
taunted, like, Swamp Thing for a while.
that's right, you did deeply antagonist. Then you killed Swamp Thing.
Yes.
Um, Oh, yeah, there was a shambling mound that they
Oh,
found.
nice. I love shambling
And
mounds.
they just realised they couldn't really hurt it that much, but it also couldn't catch them because it's too slow. So they just basically kept running 30 feet away and shooting it, and then running 30 feet away and shooting it as it slowly lumbered towards them. It was at the end of it, it was just upsetting. I cut that combat short because it was just really made me sad.
I love that. I genuinely love that. Amazing.
Yeah. It was a sight to behold. That was only after they almost got murdered by some sentient swords, which was a real problem.
Fair enough.
I know,
Okay.
right? I'm so freaking
Tim
mad.
almost got murdered by sentient
Well,
swords.
I did attempt to give you like a way out, and you went, no, I choose to fight all 4 of these swords myself at once. How many hit points have I got? 17. That's loads. And
Luckily, the look for this game is very unbalanced as well, which makes
well,
it fun.
yeah,
I do appreciate the loot.
the loot is ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
I haven't used
I
it before.
remember now. A certain someone left me in a room of sorts.
Well, she done the sensible thing and ran away. Whereas you're like, no, I'm pretty sure I can take these guys. Despite the fact that you immediately got knocked out. You done well, mate. It's okay. You got
We
away.
forgive you.
So yeah,
Give you as well.
Gulpthnu, you have been contacted. You were standing quite close to a fern, and the fern kind of wobbled a bit and says, "For fuck's sake, deal with these things that are doing stuff." And again, directed you to the area of the city that previously mentioned, which I believe was the sewers or something.
The sewers were mentioned. I left my
Yes,
notebook in my
yes,
bag,
I
so
remember
don't know.
that.
Aye, but they know in, like, so Lord Ketty,
Sorry, guys, I'll be back in 1 second.
Lord Ketty or Lord
Was that
Echo.
the three-legged goblin, or is that a completely different game?
Three-legged goblin?
That was some Wifrit.
Oh, was it? Yeah,
but
correct.
sewers were mentioned again in this one. Of course.
Sly,
Right.
a three-legged goblin.
Scream will
Alright.
look around his
Hobbit.
posters to see if he can see a goblin on any of them.
That was Scott that had the three-legged goblin, yeah.
A three-legged goblin. Oh, it would be a chaotic mutation or something if we're playing with it.
Yes, it was definitely a chaotic
Yeah, I
mutation.
chased the bastard.
Jesus Christ.
It was pretty. It was good.
Wow. Did you catch him? I mean, you get three
Yeah.
legs, he'd be pretty quick.
Wait, no, was he alive when we got him?
don't know.
Who alive? Who's who alive?
Talking
Did
about
we
a three-legged
eventually
goblin.
kill him, or did he run away again?
Who?
Didn't we let him go and then he ran away? Or stabbed
Right,
We're
someone?
talking about a three-legged goblin here. I have no idea.
In the chat, we've got the answer in the chat.
And there is absolutely most certainly not a demon heart in the part. Oh, it didn't matter. Anyhow, back to this. So my friends have walked in the hot vag.
Hot badge, yes. They pushed their way into the hot badge.
Look up what that
I
is.
gently bump into the nearest table.
Pretty much like in real life, I'll have been lost in the hot vag, and I don't know where I am. I don't know which way to go.
Just. Oh, Rich was going to say something.
Where are
Do you know your way around the badge, Rachel? Is that what you're going to tell us about?
Well, all the best people do.
Hey!
Ah,
And I'm going to go up to a stool and put my hand on it, and I'm going to realise it's sticky with white substance.
I'm going to tell you, it is not. It is a standard
Very
in,
small.
right? It's a completely normal and if somewhat oversized, right? It was called the hot bag up until someone chooses it. It's not a fleshy kind of thing that you're walking into that, you know, it's none of that.
But it is
None of those
self-cleaning.
things are There's no button above the door that makes the room shake. Nothing, okay?
Does it serve frothing beer?
No, it does not. It sells cool beverages and food. That's what it does. I've had enough of this, right? We'll move it to the game.
Okay.
I could go to intermission, it's okay.
That was Let it go. Let it go.
Hazel will.
Sure, you could have
Hazel
bought
will.
anything,
Uh,
right?
Hazel will maneuver through the hot badge to the bar and get some drinks.
Weirdly, the more you've talked about the hot vagin, up to 13 viewers now.
Oh god, I'm gonna get reported. Stop. Shush.
Well,
It never happened. You chat. It never happened. It never happened.
So anyway,
Okay.
as we said, you've been reunited with your friend who has a completely legitimate quest for you to go on, or you can continue making hot badge jokes. What do you want to do?
We'll go on the quest while
on the
making
quest.
hot badge jokes.
Okay, cool. So, Gulps, to just be make you aware, you've spoke to the guild leader, you've smoothed things over with him, he's also received gifts in his way of apology from Sally and Rachel's characters, as well as a note from the actual one of the leaders of the city saying that it was some hijinks. And they are looking to make amends and are willing to, are amenable to any perhaps quest or task you'd like to give them, or if they'd like just to turn up and like have a nice dinner or something.
Okay.
However, Abukia has messaged you, has spoken with you in your mind, because she's a psychic plant, and asked if you could make haste to these sewers and find out what is causing the problems, as her roots have been cut further back, which is a real concern for the city.
Yeah.
Remember
we
this
got-
now.
Go back and just go, oh hey girl.
Hey, what's up?
Of course, anything for you, boo boo.
I remember why I don't play this. I remember why I don't play this anymore.
Skillfully dodging it.
Is there pickled eggs in the hot vag?
Oh my god, that was pretty funny to be fair, but no. Are you done?
Of course we're not. You know us.
We're not.
Never.
We'll try. We'll try.
Let's go to the sewers.
Let's go to the
Let's go to the sewers.
I'm genuinely crying. For fuck's sake.
The sewer tent. Can we hear
It's
the
okay.
sewer?
It's all right. It's good for you. Get it out.
I know.
Get it all out.
So, So
Can we ask,
after-
can we hear the hot? Can we hear the sewers gushing into the hot vat?
Enough. Right.
Mm.
Come on
Yeah.
now. Sewer level. Sewer level.
so everyone's favourite level. After being
Should
bad,
we-
go to the
Should we
dark.
go through the front of the hot vag or should we go through the back door?
The badge doesn't have a back door.
No, they don't.
There's a door around the back though, but you know, into the hot vag, that'd be weird. That'd be cause infection. Right. Anyway, so anyway, enough all yous. So you after your brief discussion, you leave the hot vag forever. And make your way across the
Demolished.
As you walk into the building collapses, a black hole opens, swallows it up, and that is never mentioned again. It's replaced by a bar just called, I don't know, the fucking leaky penis or something.
Alright.
Right, and you make your way across the city. Now, you were given directions to the sewers. They are in the west of the city over here. So it's going to be a bit of a walk across here.
You're gonna say you're giving directions. They're underneath the city. You fucking idiots.
Well, the sewer system is actually only in the more affluent part of the city, which is across the river. The main area, it has sewers, but they're not quite as well developed. Surprisingly, the rich installed ones for themselves, and then you know the
Wait,
the
that doesn't sound like
rest-
rich folk.
That doesn't know. We're doing something to benefit themselves, and then
And no one
screwing
else.
over everybody else.
No.
Nah, that can't be true. As we know, the city of Florea is a place of equality, and everyone's well treated.
A utopia.
Oh,
Exactly.
City of Florea, you say, as in the map that we may have available right now.
Oh, do we? Oh, hang on. No.
Whoa.
We do.
There we go.
Wondrous.
Hey.
I did a thing,
Yeah.
guys. I did a thing.
He did.
Ooh.
So you're making your way
Making my way.
across the city, making my way. Use reach the river. The river has many outlets. If you look down to the river itself, it's paved on either side, and there's outlets with water and various stuff floating into the river.
How do we access the sewers?
Naturally, I would be going asking my other counterpart from the lizard folk, you know, the northerner. The northerner usually knows how to wallow in their own shit.
Is it just like who said that?
If you don't know, you can give me a perception check. You can give me a survival check to just kind of go down there, just kind of see if there's any tracks. You can give
I'll
me any.
do survival.
I'll also try survival.
Oh boy, I got a 2. That would be 8. Actually, it'll be 8 plus the 11 total.
Survival,
I got
you
it.
say?
6.
I'm proficient in survival, but
I'll take survival. I'll take perception. I'll take any skill that will be relevant to looking for something.
I got a 12.
Investigation.
I'm going to start looking for something, but
There we go. Oberon gets
Hey.
a 23. So as you are all climbing down, you think back to Neverwinter and how their sewer system works. And what you remember is their sewer system is bad. It's Neverwinter is basically cities that have been built upon cities that have been built upon cities and then raised through the ages by various cataclysms. So the sewers are basically kind of just holes that lead into something, and people do their business in it, and hopefully nothing gets angry about it and comes out and kills them. This one doesn't make any sense. This seems to be like sense has been put into this. People have planned it and dug it. That doesn't know how would that work. And while they're kind of
the right way.
yeah,
The
Like this-
water.
the water.
yeah.
Like, there's no fire in here. There's no strange creatures trying to kill me as I walk by. However, Oberon doesn't get lost in this thought. he basically goes down, walks up, and says, "There's a big hole here with a grate in it. We could probably get through there."
Yeah, good time pull it. So whether we can dislodge it or
Let's go.
just to check its strength.
Well, I mean, surprisingly, to stop things like dogs and small children going exploring the sewers, they do put large grates. However, you do need to kind of remove these things. So with a bit of time and effort, you could probably dislodge the grate. Do you want to try and do that?
Yes, I'm going to try and dislodge it and roll it to the side.
Sounds good to me. Are you going to have a strength check at advantage? Because I'm assuming someone's going to help you, or you can do some crazy bullshit. Up to you.
I have no crazy bullshit.
Boo! I was hoping the druid was going to just heat metal and melt it.
I don't
Yeah, try for my strength.
I think I might have something, maybe.
Ooh. So, okay, Jim, you were going to do the normal thing. However, other people want to. Oh, that was a saving throw, Jim. It's a strength check, mate.
I've done that before. Yeah.
Everyone's done that before. Your roll, however, was a 19, no, mate, so I will take the 19. But what is your strength?
My strength is a. What is it again?
It's the left-hand side of the screen, top one. Just tell me what the number is.
No. Big number 2, we number's 14.
Right, 2, so it'll be a +2, so it was a 21 you got. So yeah, you go, and you manage to rip it out. You realise you actually ripped out the wrong way, but you're like, whatever. And you just kind of chuck it to the side. Yeah, it's flexes a bit like, oh yes, this is going to cause somebody that's not me problems.
It's caused me pain.
It's just made you look badass as hell. So they're going to lead you into the sewers, which has a map. Because in this campaign, despite its many issues with balancing, the guy made loads and loads of maps, which I'm cool with. Well, not the genie's home. That's not somewhere you found yet.
The
but
what
it does
now?
exist.
Genie.
Have you just given us some
Magical
important lore that we
genie.
have not discovered or stumbled upon yet?
Wait, wasn't. I think that's the only map I didn't buy.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Right.
Yes, it is. That's the only map I didn't buy.
I think you bought nearly enough every map from what I remember.
I didn't buy all of them. I only bought the wizard one, the one
It's very
to
dark down
find
here.
a
It will
dragon.
be very dark. Until I do a
There
thing.
is a
I'm
sewer
gonna do.
map, but we are in the sewer, so I don't see how that would matter anymore.
Right.
What a minute.
Okay, that's a very funny picture. Screamer. Don't worry, I'll put the dynamic lighting on in a second.
How big are the sewers?
Real big.
I am.
Like length, width, and all that.
Incredible,
No,
like,
not length. Sorry, height.
All right. I mean, yeah, I'd say the clearance of the ceiling is surprisingly good. In times, it does drop down to maybe like 10 feet, but for the most part, quite high ceilings, 20 feet probably.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing.
So
Hey.
are we all brickwork and all that? So pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll show you in a second. Is that Hazel? I think it's Hazel. I forgot. There we go.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah. So I need to do this, and then I need to put on all kinds of dynamic light and stuff because roll 20 is a pain in the ass. That's all fine. And now all the excitement of watching a DM slowly make things happen.
Slowly
Yeah.
make the reveal.
If we're a sponsor at this point, we could use this opportunity to do some sponsored shit. Like,
Yeah.
loot
Hey,
boxes.
sponsor us! Well, there we go. Yeah, we're trying to draw
Sponsored
up-
by Twitch.
Yeah. And by sponsored by, we mean that they
They tolerate
Fucked
us.
over by
Yeah,
Twitch.
that's-
they have not cancelled us yet.
Because they don't know us.
Because they have not noticed that we exist. However, when they notice we exist, there'll be a real problem for everyone.
Yep.
Uh,
That's when we get.
We will make them pay.
yeah. Okay, I think everyone apart from maybe
I can
Mary
see.
has got a vision now. Hold on.
Yeah, I've got vision too.
I don't have vision.
Everyone
Oh,
see now?
I can see something now.
Yeah.
Jim, can you not see?
I can see now. I was at the wrong
I was
bit.
going to say, you should be able to see by now, mate. Come on.
I was at the
Right.
wrong bit.
Oh, that's okay then, mate. That's fine. Do. Oh, that's
Is
interesting.
my character on here?
Your character is there.
Ah, right, okay. I couldn't remember what I looked like.
You couldn't
And
remember.
rather than look at your own bio, you're like, no, I will ask the DM to point me out.
Yeah, I will embarrass myself in front of everyone.
'Cause why the
Not
hell
at all, Rachel.
Not at all.
Do not be foolish.
No. If it's not in front of everyone, it's no fun.
Is it worth it? Yeah, if it's not in front of everybody, then it's not worth it, really.
It's the best place to embarrass yourself.
Yeah, on the internet, so people can see and.
So
many-
recording
In a
as
room
well.
all by myself, cozy, snuggled behind laptop. I'm great. No, there's no people here.
I'm mucking about with the map side so that everybody can see as well as I can see my character. So I know what I have
you,
available
Edward.
to me.
Okay, right. So I have found the thing, because that took much longer than I thought it was going to take.
Took much
Right.
longer than it should have.
Yes. Ooh,
Dun, dun, dun.
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I'm not telling you, but there's a cool dynamic in here. That I'm not
Ooh.
going to tell you about.
I hate it when people do that. There's this thing that I'm not going to tell you.
Now roll persuasion, get you to tell me.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so yeah, you just walk into the sewers, and yeah, you see some sewers. You see some sewery stuff floating about. Yeah, there's channels cut into the bottom that are leading the effluents out into the water. The sewers themselves appear to be surprisingly big and well made. I am truly surprised at the level of effort this guy's put into the 3 sections of sewers that are ahead of you.
Can,
3 sections, you say?
3 sections or
Strap
more.
in, motherfuckers.
Strap on, motherfucker.
Stream will start walking in one direction unless somebody stops them.
Okay. The 2 directions you appear to be able to go are west along this way and south along this way.
He'll go
How was he going?
west, or at least start going west.
Okay. And he went there, yeah, okay. You go well. Looking at top wall, there appears to be some valves on the wall.
He'll look at the valves, and he'll point at them, and he'll say, "Valve."
I am going to stop you there and say don't touch them. Because I want to do a wee thing. Try if I put the spell in. Find traps at level 2.
You want to cast a level 2 spell to find traps.
Oh, that's the one I've got. Or can I cast it at level
I'm not stopping you, I'm just making sure I heard you right, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You test. How long's that last?
Isn't it within a certain radius?
It sends presence of traps in range, sight a trap for a purpose spell anything. That would be 7. Send a creature that spells. Can't read that right now.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, right? Casting traps at this moment, casting detect traps, there does not appear to be any traps on the valves. Looking at it, there's a sign above it saying sewer flooding valves, and there appears to be some kind of locking mechanism on the valves themselves, as if to stop foolish people from turning them on. Yeah, but
So
that's
you're
what you see.
saying
There's not
there's
any
a
obvious
chance.
traps.
It's 120 feet, and you like it detects where the traps are, but not specifically.
Can I follow the pipe to see where it goes?
The pipe, absolutely, man. Yeah. What do you mean, this pipe here, or just pipes in general?
Just to figure out what the valves do.
Okay. I mean, okay.
Can I read the sign again,
pipes are-
just to point out that with... Yeah, I'll read the sign again. What does the sign say, Lee?
The sign says sewer flooding valves.
I think this is to flood the sewers, or if it floods, you turn off the valves or turn them on, depending on what you want to do.
If you
I
want to
think
give
we should
me
leave that well alone.
Probably.
anyone that cares can give me an intelligence check or a history check.
Fuck, I'll do history.
Should we
I'm
not
standing in the
flood?
corner scratching.
16.
16's good.
Wait, 13.
I
Should we
mean,
not flood?
you talk about amongst yourself. It's like, yeah, sewers sometimes get clogged up. They get dirty. Like things happen. You need to flood them to kind of like get them out and functional again. So you would assume that by turning this valve, it'll probably draw in extra water from the lake or from the river and just kind of like overflow it, or at least raise the channels and blast things out, and then you would turn it off again. You probably would have a difficulty flooding the whole place unless you either left it on or misused the equipment, which is probably why it's locked.
Yeah, it seems to be much better than the sewers down in the old Neverwinter.
So we'd flood this one.
Not right now. I don't think we should flood this right away unless we're getting followed or chased by some unbearable, ungodly creature.
Okay. I'll see if I can break one of the locks, just in case we need to use it later on.
Okay, if you want to go do a strength check, and so the locking mechanism, basically you got a valve and there's a key like hole, and what you do is you turn the key and it would just make the valve like spinnable. So you basically what you're trying to do here is break the valve itself. To like, yeah, if you want to do it, go ahead. It's a straight strength check. I'm going to say there's a DC of 16 on this, and there's a strong. No, I'm not going to tell you nothing. Yeah, go for it.
7.
It's fucking really good. This is really well made. Nah.
I'll turn to Dick's character and say, help.
I am probably the wrong person to be trying to help you with this, but I can certainly give it a try. I will like to give him advantage because I'm at strength 8, so there's no way I'm doing this.
I mean, between the two of you've maybe got a long length. You create a lever by setting some stuff up.
Yeah, my quarterstaff. I'll put my quarterstaff in and try and help. Yeah.
Have an advantage, mate. Go for it. Try and do this thing I've already warned you is not worth doing. Go for it.
So that's 15. So that's very nearly, and then I'll try again.
It starts to move.
19.
It snaps, and the water level does indeed start to raise.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's not overflowing, it's not like crashing in, it's just, again, well-made technology. Have you've no dwarves or gnomes with you, have you?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks well-crafted. You do this, and the water does indeed start to kind of rush a bit faster. You've not, fully put it on yet, but you could if you wanted.
I'll just leave it now, that's just in
What
case
are you
for later on.
doing?
In case we need to turn it on later.
Fine.
With that, helping him.
If we get drowned, it's your fault.
Any rats down here?
Give me a perception check. Anyone's looking for rats, give me a perception check.
I'm looking for rats.
Yeah, why not?
Nope.
I've got another fucking 2, right? That one's out.
You don't see any in the immediate vicinity. I mean, you'd think there'd be rats, but you don't see any rats. Screamer, are you looking for rats as well?
I noticed that they're looking for something, so I start as well.
Okay, and have a look. Go ahead.
Well, go for that, see if there's any sort of beasts or anything like that, in case there's any danger.
Strangely devoid of rats. I mean, you see some spiders, kind of like little spider webs, just normal house spiders, the kind of spiders you'd expect, nothing monstrous or terrifying. You see evidence of rats. There's some droppings and some footprints and some slime and stuff. But I mean, there's not overrun or anything, but you don't see any rats in the immediate vicinity.
Check. I'll pick up some of the droppings and taste it. So how recent are they?
Dried out. Days.
Okay, I'll throw it down on the floor.
Good thing I failed to see that.
Kind of strange at the fact that there's none of these rats running about in the sewers. It seems to be somewhere where they would like to really keep safe. Considering this is a usual living habitat, there's no rats about.
If rats not here, it's not safe.
Could be that, or it could be maybe the fact that we've started to try and flood the sewers.
It's not safe in the sewer. We've been given a quest to do something in. My
Oh, no.
goodness.
Oh,
What are we
I
doing?
forgot you Northerners are kind of used to just, staying safe and doing nothing.
Aye, that's it. Scratch his tail.
I'm gonna puff my neck out. Lick my eyeball.
Oh, you guys.
He
I'm just gonna walk off down the thing.
I'll follow.
Rachel again is sick of your bullshit. And just to clarify,
We are doing nothing but
not
describing
Hazel, not
a
Hazel,
fucking thing.
Rachel. Sick of your bullshit.
Yeah.
So Rachel,
Yes.
are you going south or are you going west?
West.
Okay, that is the way that he was going. So yeah, you go. I think that's you. No, sorry, that's you there. Yeah, you continue along. As the water has raised slightly, but still well underneath the kind of like I don't know what you'd call that, the top of the kind of the channels, and you come to another intersection. You can continue heading west, or you can head south.
I'll go south.
Okay, is anyone going with her, or are you still discussing the lack of rats and eating
can't
shit?
actually see
I'm
where she's
going
going.
to go with her.
Alright.
She went this way.
Okay.
Anyone that can't see, they went this way.
I'm going this way.
Okay, so yeah, you're over here. So you're going to keep heading down. You do notice a large rushing sound now as you go down. So the kind of trickling and kind of running water sound is now turning into more like a... And you can hear something.
Okay, I'm gonna keep moving forwards.
Absolutely, yeah. So you move down, and when you get to this room here, there's a large circle. You don't really know much about the internal workings of sewers, but this seems to be a large pool, and it's spinning round. I don't know. You tell me what you think, Rachel. I'm not going to give you ideas.
I'm going to go...
It looks like a whirlpool, but it can't be a whirlpool
Why can't it be a whirlpool?
because it doesn't make sense, does it?
That looks like a kind of drain.
Yeah.
Any rocks?
Could well be. Oh shit, we started looking at rocks
We're
around.
in the sewers and there's a drain in the sewers to it.
This is probably where it runs into this. It could be the case it runs into the river, so to speak, if it's going to be a sewer.
What you'd find is that perhaps they would feed it in from the river, and then there'd be like a lower section, and it would feed back out into different part of the river, so it all kind of meets up in the centre. This is Lee giving you an explanation of something he doesn't really understand, but that makes sense to me. So maybe I don't want to feel like I'm mansplaining something because there'll be like a viewer that's like, "That's not how sewers work."
Is there any evidence that people have been down here recently?
Give me an investigation or perception check. Anyone that is looking for human life or evidence of people being in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for
21.
evidence of. Would this be investigation?
I'll take either investigation or I'll take perception, whatever you prefer.
25.
Holy shit.
28. 28.
I repeat, holy shit. Yes, very high. You see all. You smell the air. You feel
I
the
see
rocks.
everything.
You see through time and space. You can see the outline of people that have walked by in the air. Yeah, you can see stuff. Everyone else is like, you do. People are looking on the ground for like smudges and smears and stuff. You don't. You think, well, people that come down here are probably thinking, I'm hiding. I'm trying to stay away, so I'm not going to leave obvious tracks. But they've still made mistakes. You can see a bit where it looks like a scabbard has hit a wall, and there's a bit like it's smeared in a certain way, like that can only have came from a kind of sword that's hung at somebody's hip. You see stones that are lying in a certain pattern that appear to have been moved by somebody trying to cover their tracks. But yeah, somebody's been down here. They've been wandering around in the last few days. It looks like somebody's trying to cover their tracks in different ways. Sorry, Jim, what did you say?
Can I see how many people's been down here or is down here?
What did you roll, the 22?
Yeah.
Hard to tell. Based on the markings you're finding, 1, 2, 3 absolute max, and it would have to be 3 really stealthy motherfuckers because and it's only very small signs you're finding of people moving around, it would be very hard for any more than 1 or 2 people to leave such kind of minimalist tracks. Now, as you are standing around this whirlpool bit, I would like... Who likes rolling D100s?
I do.
Richard, roll me a D100. Below 50, something happens. Above 50, something happens. But they're different things.
23.
23.
Damn it, that's the worst one. I don't know.
Out of all the 100, that's the worst thing. As you
All
kind
the
of
numbers.
although that is the single 3 dragons attack.
Damn it!
As you are looking for this, it does take some time because you're being very, very thorough. Jim, roll me a d6.
4.
Okay. As you're looking, you find the tracks, and you hear an unusual noise, like a bubbling sound. And you're like, that's different. You've heard the Russian sound, but bubbling, that indicates something moving against the current. Nothing's been moving against the current because it's quite strong, especially in this room. And you just look round, and a kind of like water-like head pops out of the water.
Oh boy.
What?
A water-like head. And then it shapes up into like a creature with watery arms and a watery face and a watery body. And it's kind of moving from side to side.
Can I mimic its actions?
Give me a performance check.
14.
What?
14. Yeah, you're fairly close to its movements. It just moves back and forward. It starts moving towards you specifically because you're mimicking its movements.
Hello?
Let me see if this thing can talk.
Where is this coming from?
Where's it coming from?
Where is it? Is it here or?
It is there specifically. It came out of the large whirlpool.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, I'm just going to step back a wee bit then and get my bow out just in case.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Rishal, as you are kind of chatting to it, I want to see if I can. It's doing that weird thing again. Okay, cool. Okay, can I use something else instead? So sometimes this game likes to make things hard for me by not letting me do the bloody creatures. Right. Sorry, there's gonna be a person in this water now. It's gonna be Dumont. There we go. Can we use Dumont? There's Dumont. Right. Okay. It's not Dumont. It is a water-based creature, but it wouldn't let me put that token down, and it's moving towards Rishal.
Yep.
And as you said hello to it, it starts speaking, but the language it uses is not something you've heard before. Do any of you speak Aquan?
No.
No.
No one ever
I
picks
was
Aquan.
gonna put it down as well.
Really? Aquan's such a weird language.
I know.
But yeah, it's basically like
That's
a kind
why I
of like
wanted to.
bubbling noise and like almost like kind of like whale song.
I'm gonna cast. No, I can't. I need to do it ritually. Doesn't matter.
Right, see whoever's moving their thing around the map. Stop doing it. I'm going to delete your token.
Sorry, I was trying to
No,
find
Leon,
where...
you don't get to just
Leon.
check
I'm
out
trying
the
to
full
find
map
where...
and see what everything is.
I'm trying to
That's
find
the
where the
point of
characters
this.
were, because I'm... Screams on
You
his
should
own.
just say to me and I'll go, like, there you go, mate. There they are there.
He's cheating.
Leon! Naughty boy!
Alright,
Tut,
he's up
tut,
the crew
tut.
now.
Right, Jim, you've got... Come on, you've got time. Something's going to happen.
Aye.
Yeah, Jim, I might say Richard. Sorry, Jim, not Richard.
No,
Richard,
you're all
what are you
right.
doing?
I
think
it
Jim
would take
is
me a while
frozen.
to cast it ritually, but I could always try and start casting comprehend languages.
It's up to you, mate. You've got a few seconds.
Start
You
doing
going to do anything? Are you doing it? Did you do it?
No, because I can't cast it. But
Okay, that's usually a good reason.
Yeah, I have to do it ritually, which is why I'm saying it would probably take it. It would
Yeah.
take a long time to actually try and speak to it. So in that
Okay,
case,
cool. I'm going to kick Jim out and let him come back in. Does someone want to at him and tell him that we can't hear him? Or
Yeah, he's frozen.
someone want to message him and say
think
he's
it's
froze
Carol.
up and we can't use there?
Yeah.
James,
So what else? What I will do is I'll start speaking to the spirit. No, so gotta be a water spirit. This is we mean you no harm. We only want to pass through peacefully. If you would grant us some leeway to follow these sewers, we are following something that's been cutting back on the Great Spirit's branches and roots. If you can understand us, we would appreciate a little bit more of a candor between us.
It's I would say its head turns, but really like its face just kind of appears on the other side as you speak to it, and then goes back to Rachel, and then the arm comes up and just goes to hit her.
Oh well, that's not fair at all.
I was for once. I was trying to be non-violent.
That isn't fair.
Rachel,
Should have gone with
does a
my
9
instinct.
hit you? You should always go
No.
with your instinct, Rachel, which is kill everything all the time.
Yeah.
Does a 9 hit you? Can't imagine it does.
No.
Okay, everybody roll me some initiative.
Son of a bitch. 11.
18.
18, good.
Oh God, come here. Stupid thing, stop.
Sorry. I got a
5.
5.
Mary got a 5. Okay, cool.
Haha. Yes, Lie. It's an excremental. Oh my god.
Hey!
That's actually really good.
Very briefly, if anyone wants to try to identify, give me an Arcana, a Nature, or a History roll.
It is the Golgotha.
Let me see what I'm good at.
Oh my god.
You get that
13.
reference?
That's nothing. I don't think that will.
What was
I'm
it?
going to say it's got to be above a 15 above. Arcana, Nature, or History
That's
roll.
fair enough.
I
That's
have-
fair
I
enough.
I have the same thing in all of it. I've got a +6. I'll go with
21.
Arcana though. 19.
Gulp, weirdly, both these lizard people get this, and you have dealt with these things before because they're water based, and sometimes they actually wash in when the kind of swamp gets flooded from various channels. This is a water weird. These things are dicks.
I'm like
Oh, weird.
hearing Gulp now saying this and going, oh, typical of the Southerner being nice to the
Yeah,
water bastard.
Yeah, I'll speak to her and lizard folk if that's the case, is whatever lizard folk speak. Because we're having banter. Says we're trying to do this peacefully, unlike the powerhouse hungry of the Northerners.
Yeah, and as you're doing that, Rachel, this thing just tried to hit you. What do you want to do?
Oh yeah, draconic.
I'm
That's the one.
gonna-
Bickering with
Yeah,
each
we're draconic. We're bickering
I'm
and draconic.
I'm gonna turn into a direwolf and attack it.
Absolutely
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Yep. So yeah, you turn into
Oh, what?
Holy shit!
And
we
try.
know this.
Yep, go for it. Right, you've got
Uh,
some attacks, I believe. Give it some attacks.
Okie dokie.
Oh, there he is.
Jim- Jimbo, did we get you back?
Just
I think
the
Jim is
one.
back.
Jimbo.
You tell me, Rich. I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, I've got a bite attack.
Go for it. Bitey bite.
Okay, I'm gonna chomp.
Chompa chompa.
Okay, 23.
Yeah. Weirdly, despite its body being made of water, there almost seems to be like tendrils or parts of it that are kind of like hardened against something. So when you bite into it, at first it's water, you're like, oh fuck, this is just water. But then you find purchase on some part of it and you rip. So give us some damage.
The target, is it a creature? It's not, is it?
It is an elemental.
Okay. Okay. Oh my god, guess what I just rolled?
That one.
What, 2 ones?
Yes. So that's 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay, okay.
At least it was for the damage.
stressful.
At least it was for the damage.
That's true. Right, yeah, so you've taken a hit. It is now its turn, and it is going to try and get you again. Does a 14 hit you?
Yeah, no, direwolf.
Okay, that's absolutely fine.
No dice.
So yeah, this time it tries to wrap its kind of watery body around you. It spins around, but as it's doing it, you manage to like struggle free as a direwolf. Dogs are well known for trying to get out of watery things, so
Yeah.
if you'd be a cat, even straight out of it. But yeah, that leads us to the next person, who I believe is looks like, I think that's Richard.
Yeah. I'm the only one with a
Uh-huh.
pink circle around me.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. Okay, I better do this and try and help my friend. I am going to cast Chill Touch on the fucker.
Ooh, go for it.
It is a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
I will try and hit it. Does a 25 hit?
25 really hits it.
And it will do 9 necrotic damage. On
My
top
goodness.
of that,
Mm-hmm.
on a hit, it takes 2d8 necrotic damage, and it cannot regain hit points until the start of my next turn. Until then, the hand clings onto the target.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Okay, cool. Next person to go is Miri. Sam.
Sorry, you said it was an elemental. It wasn't undead, right?
It's an elemental.
So it's elemental,
Sorry,
that's
Richard.
fine.
Yeah.
Do you want to move or use a bonus action at all?
I'm gonna try and move a little bit back. Gonna move down a little bit closer to here and further back into the tunnel, so I'm able to help my friends in any way I can.
Absolutely fine. Okay, cool. So that's that done. Miri, it's now you.
I guess. Hang on. What have I got here? Nothing. Okay. I guess I slash it. No, I try and hit it with the short bow, I guess.
Pew, pew.
Right.
Do you wish to hide before you do this so you get sneak attack?
Yes, I'm hiding behind my fellow lizard person.
Okay, cool. So you run over here and hide behind the other lizard person. Give me use your bonus action for your stealth roll, please. You're trying to beat a 10. So.
Oh, that didn't work. Try again. Okay,
Aye. If you roll a 1, you'd bet it's passive perception. So there you go. Right, yeah, you're very stealthy at this point. So yep, give it a shooty shoot. You've got advantage on this because you can't see it. Well, you can't see it because you can't see you. Yeah. Actually, the 19 does hit it, so you're fine. So give me your shortboard damage. Remember, you've got your D6. Or is it your 2D6?
2d6 at level 5.
Sneak attack.
So sneak attack. It says 1d6.
It depends on your level. I think if you're level 6, it's 2d6.
Really good. Okay, fair enough. I thought it was.
I'm not sure though.
Maybe I did something wrong on my sheet. I don't know.
Let me check. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. It was your same. Oh, we've got over there.
If it is level 5, it's 2d6. It makes sense.
Hey,
Yeah.
back.
Hey man, how are you?
Beginning of first level, you can add extra to one creature hit, blah blah blah. Your 10 was finesse, you don't need to advance it.
Well, that's not much help at all. Okay, hold on, let's Google it. Sneak attack. So this is all the fun of me Googling things.
Yeah, if
Did Gordon not just shout it out?
No, if anybody's still watching, like.
Yeah.
That would be real helpful.
God damn it, come on. God, that's so many things. I don't want to read all that. That's too many things to read. Sneak attack, damage increase.
Huh. I'm pretty sure it's 2d6.
I'm pretty sure it's 2d6 as well.
Just do 2d6 then.
You know what? I don't care that much. Yeah, do 2d6.
It's just
really
Florea.
There we go.
Yeah, why was I even looking there? Think about it. I don't even care. Right, did you do some damage? What did you get? 2.
I
3 and a 2.
9
Fantastic.
piercing and 3 sneak and 2 sneak.
Brilliant. Okay, cool. You're no longer hidden, but you did hit it. You guys get purchase on it. Whatever part of its physicality keeps it alive. Is that everything you want to do?
I might rifle through my various holy symbols, see if there's anything related to water.
That's absolutely fine. Okay, now that puts us on to the next person, which I believe is. I think Jim just rolled there, so Jim now gets to go before.
I'm going to say
Sorry, Leon.
draconic to my
What?
fellow.
No.
I was going to say draconic to my fellow lizard folk. This is a typical hiding behind the southerners, as usual, you northern brethren.
Well, if you will insist on having such big fat tails.
Ah. Okay, so yeah, you've done that. Jim, do something.
I'm going to fire an arrow at it.
From point blank. Yeah, I don't care. Just do it. Hurry up.
I shouldn't be point blank. I moved back a wee bit.
I'll move back a bit. That's cool. You know how much I hate combat in D&D? Hurry up, everyone! Just like I hit.
It's all about the
dies.
RP. It's all about the RP.
Jesus Christ, 220s, fantastic,
Fucking
Jim. That's
hell.
what I'm talking about. Right, hit it with some short sword
He
damage.
hit it with a short sword, though.
Just to clarify, Jim put his sword in the bow.
I was thinking this, yeah, because he did say... He did turn around and say short bow as opposed to say...
That's fantastic.
I pressed roll. I'm sticking them.
It's canon, that's what he done. Right, okay. It takes some
Like
damage.
Casual would say. And then Nature would say.
Right, it's hit. Boom. Do anything else you want to do, Jim?
No.
Right, cool. Next person. Leon, do something.
Scream will take out his
Do it
sword,
quickly.
and he will cut his own hand and throw the blood at the water weirds and cast Branding Smite.
What is it with you cutting your fucking own hand? You do this in Florium as well? Jesus.
Here's what I'm going to throw out there. Actually, you know what? Cool. Brandon Smite. Smash this thing. Go.
Such an edgelord.
That damage doesn't count. I didn't mean to do that. So that does that.
That doesn't count.
Yeah. So if I hit it with any damage, it does 2d6 extra
Leon, don't
radiant
explain
damage.
it to me. Just hit it.
He's explaining for the
I'll
audience.
try and
The audience doesn't
hit it
care.
with my long sword if I can.
Fantastic, mate. Stabby stab.
After 1.
Oh,
See,
man.
this is what happens when you waste all this time explaining things. Okay.
Or-
Boof. Whiff. Are you a paladin? Do you not get 2 attacks at level
It
5?
does actually, yeah.
Yes,
Then
yes.
come on, let's
Sometimes
get a second
DMs
attack in
Another
here,
attack.
mate.
Another attack. Get them in.
That's wrong. That's a javelin. Don't take that.
Just use the javelin.
Jesus Christ.
Roll
There,
one last
thank
time, Leon. Come on.
Yeah,
Do it, mate.
got 20.
Do it. Yes, you hit it. Hit it and Brandon smite its bitch ass.
Okay, I do a d8 plus 4, and I do a
Touch too much.
This is new character name. Brandon
2d6
Smite.
radiant damage.
Brandon Smite, I love
So
it.
that's
9. Right, okay. So you've done a
that's,
total of, is that 18 damage?
Say so, yeah.
Do you
yeah.
do two-handed?
that's 18 damage, and it can't turn invisible until
Don't
the
worry about
spell
any of that, mate.
ends.
That's absolutely fine. Here's what's going to happen, right? Because that took forever. You pull out your javelin by mistake. You use your sword, Brandon Smite, hammer the javelin through it, right? It blows up, and then we don't have to do this fight anymore. Right? Jesus.
Wow, what a DM. You see that? What a DM. It's the level of detail that I'm more impressed with, by the way. It's your commitment to the bit.ly.
Mate, I'm all about it, right? But see when it's some low-level trash fucking monster, I don't need to hear your thoughts and feelings. What I need to hear you guys say is, I shoot it with this, it dies.
It's part
End
of the
discussion.
RP.
I should have
RP.
pushed the door at night.
I'm just gonna keep going south.
I do apologise to everyone because I get really frustrated during combat in D&D because it takes too long.
Yeah,
Everything
know.
takes too long.
Hell yeah.
And I do love Leon as a fantastic artist, and he puts so much thought and effort into it. And you can see me like, just kill it.
Kill the thing! Kill it!
I don't care how you cut your hand.
I don't
You
care.
always cut your fucking hand.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
care.
edgelord. God damn
You're
it.
the one
Whatever
trick
it is.
pony. We see
Whenever
with
I
your
get rid of
lies.
the running,
You're,
Leon can
you're
be
not
a singer and he can
interested.
describe his glorious battles.
Yeah. See when you're fighting the BBAG, go for it, right? Okay, so Rachel, you're heading this way. You can't go south, however, there is a path leading east.
I'll go that way.
I think that was a little bit too easy, if you ask me.
I cast Revivify on it. We should have fetched you again, because.
I ain't hear no bell.
But yeah,
I'm
so you-
just sniffing at the ground because I'm still a wolf. So I'm gonna be
Oh shit!
following the trail.
I forgot about
Okay,
that.
I'll say you get over here, and it appears that the
I seem to have
whatever. Sorry, whatever you guys are. Yeah, I'm putting you over there.
All right.
Yous are taking too long. Right.
We've got an hour.
It's not long enough. I want to play for 5 hours. This it seems to be the way that the tracks are leading. Hold on, let me just make sure that. Nope, I'm lying. The track's leading this way. Sorry, that was my fault. I got a bit too excited. They're leading this
See,
way.
it's my hams when you
I'll
rush.
go that way.
Your
I'm
poor
just
wife.
hearing it
Lee,
right.
your poor wife.
No, mate, I take my time with some things.
I'm peering at Rachel's character and going, is she a wolf now?
Wait a minute.
I believe she is a wolf.
I'm just doing the thing that dogs do with the head. Well, mine does anyway.
Oh,
Wait, you
I
look
don't know why you.
different.
See,
Huh?
to be fairly, I don't know why you bother with maps. This is the case.
This is one of the reasons we do mutant is because see maps. It takes so long. Whereas I can just be like, you find some sewers, just go south, you take a right,
Yeah,
boom,
yeah, yeah.
things happen. As opposed to like, oh, there's a rock, oh, there's a barrel. Who gives a fuck, right? Get to the fucking adventure.
For anyone out there who loves battles and stuff,
Yeah,
Still good.
considering
This
the
is
fact
out.
we spent a
The
good
channel
half.
for you.
Yeah, we spent
don't
a good
watch this for
half
the
hour
battles.
to 45 minutes making jokes about the hot vag, and then we've spent a total of
Perfectly
at least
acceptable.
5 to 7 minutes on D&D combat.
I find it so cumbersome, and I get everyone wants to be like a fucking. Like, so everyone wants to be Legolas in Lord of the Rings, fucking doing backflips
Yeah,
and no. Stab, move on. I'm a rogue. I
Someone
hide,
clip this.
shoot,
Someone
and then
clip
somebody
this.
else's shot.
Is it someone clip this? We need to clip this shit.
Lee's descent into madness.
what's your tea on tonight?
Fuck D&D!
I'm on my usual concoction of prescribed
Vicodin
painkillers.
and,
I can't drink any vodka next time I'm
Codemol?
working tomorrow.
there
The
are,
Codemol, of course, is my very
yeah,
favourite.
there are other brands of painkillers.
They're
out
not
there
as good though. Like,
that
so,
you might want to.
you can take tramadol,
Tramadol
makes
is
me
the
feel a
first
bit
one.
I
So-
know them all now.
If only, Mary, see if they would send me boxes of Codemol, I would happily like be
Yeah, we
sponsored by
should-
Codemol.
yeah.
I would also die really
To
quickly.
any of our
So
younger
don't do that.
viewers, we shouldn't be
No,
be talking about how to take painkillers.
Wait, we have younger
Let me clarify, right? I have
Only
back
take painkillers
and
if
knee
you
issues
need
because
to.
of my advanced age. Therefore,
He's
the
40.
doctor give me opiates
He's
because,
40.
like, we don't care about your
Advanced
problems. My advanced age.
my arse.
Yeah,
My arse is also
Whippersnapper.
old, yes.
he's 40, man. Away, he's nothing.
Yeah, so
How do
that's.
you know I'm at least 522?
I have like arthritis in my hand and all kinds of shit. I just look youthful. Right. Anyway, so yeah, you get to hear the stuff going on down this way. This way doesn't seem to lead anywhere, so maybe go that way.
I'm just gonna go the way that I'm supposed to go.
Lee plays the game
Where
for us.
am
I
I
which way
now?
do we need to go,
There.
Lee?
They
Just need
point
to
us
go-
in the direction, and
that's
that's
not
where I'm
fair.
going.
I'm gonna follow Rachel's character.
Yeah,
Good call, mate, good call.
I'm gonna follow the
Yeah.
DM.
That's what I'm doing.
Lee appears in the front of the group. This way, idiots! Move!
Should
we only
I-
have a
should I-
short amount of time.
Should I cast Mage Armor the
Because we're
now?
meant to get to the end.
Yeah, should I cast Mage Armor the now or should I wait?
I wouldn't, but it depends. Because this bit that happens
Silly.
next is more like a talky thing. Unless you want to be a killy thing. I know Rachel's here.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
often
sure.
talky things turn into killy things with Rachel.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Um,
If you make it, if we're
I will not be
we
blamed
are
for
flying
anything.
through these sewers, I think I'll ritually cast on the way comprehend languages just in case we come against another faux pas like that earlier.
That's no problem at all. Okay,
Ritually
as
cast
you
it.
move towards this, what I'll say is that Rachel, in your dire wolf form, there is a living creature up there.
Oh. I'm not sure how to tell them either. um,
Just do the thing where you like put
What's
your
that
nose
girl?
and your foots up and you.
Yeah. What's that girl? A little
yeah,
Timmy
I'm
fell
gonna
down
do
the
that
mine.
thing dogs do when they're trying to show you something.
Point. You mean point?
Like,
Like a
right with your
hound.
nose.
Yeah, like a
Was
hound.
that-
Weird
was
thing.
that- Was that see? Did you see something?
Yeah, like a hound does, yeah.
So you see something? Go for it.
Was that girl? Little Timmy fell down the mine, broke his leg. He's had to chew his own. He's had to chew his own ankle off to survive, and now he's dead. Oh, you want us to go
dear.
this way? I'm sorry, I totally misunderstood. Comprehend languages
That's
only
not
works
working
on
very well, is
spoken
it?
languages, not animals.
So yeah,
In my head, I'm just going, for fuck's sake!
as you
Yeah.
go into the room, you do indeed see a friend over a person over there. There is a drow.
A friend?
Well, I don't know if it's a friend actually. No, I'm reading it. That's not whatever. It's a person. You see a drow who is sitting kind of just on a chair reading a book. Now, as some of you will know, drows can see in the dark, so he didn't require any light source. But he looks up as he's come in. Can I help you?
Ear spraken the Elvish.
He looks at you for a moment. Like, are you taking the piss?
Well, maybe.
He says it in perfect whatever language. I think it was German that he's speaking there. Like he says it in perfect German. Like, which apparently is the language of the drow.
Yeah, it's canon now. I don't
Ich
actually.
wohne in einem Reihenhaus.
Yeah, I don't actually speak Elvish, so.
I do.
I always imagine it's like a la 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 drain, all this kind of nonsense. Hala hala la 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 la. Like fuck off.
Does this drow look like any of my wanted posters? I'll just give a quick check.
I will say that you know your wanted posters very well, so you can give me a perception or investigation at advantage because you've got a section. You've got it all in sections, so you know.
Yeah. Oh, saying that,
Got like a Rolodex.
I speak Undercommon, so that's actually.
Dude, he spoke to you in common. He turned round and asked if he could help you. Do you now really need to?
So what you're saying is there was no point in taking any feat for linguists, right? Is this what you're saying?
This is one occasion it's not been useful for you. I'm really sorry.
Good God.
I'm gonna walk
Go
up
back
to
and rewrite the adventure. Sorry.
I'm gonna walk up to the drow and just go.
He moves his hand slowly towards you and gives you scritches.
Hell, I'll take scritches if you're off.
Hold on, he's gonna roll an animal handling check.
Well. Can you get the shoulder there?
Starting to shed a little bit near around about the neck
Just
area.
that bit on my neck right there.
Would you prefer a persuasion or an animal handling check, Rachel?
Animal handling
Animal
check for sure,
handling.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a D20 plus 1. He got a 13. Is that enough to provide you with scritches?
No.
Someone clip that. That's an awesome question.
Okay. He slowly, but he does look nervous. You can get to see some sweat beading on his forehead. He's like, and he puts his hand down.
Just goes backwards.
Yeah, don't worry about my friend here. She likes the scritches.
I'm looking at a gulp.
I'm just gonna go and do the dog sneeze in his face.
Oh yeah.
Do the wrinkle of the nose, turn round and go in there, sit by
He looks truly disgusted, and he pulls out like a very beautifully, finely crafted handkerchief and wipes the dog snot off of his face.
I'm looking at Golfno starting to shed as well, and I'm like, oh god, their cycles have lined up. Damn it.
I'm gonna look at you as well and go, oh god, our cycles have started to line up.
This is bad.
I think one of my eyes just went milky, so I know I'm ready to shed, yeah.
That's why I'm peering at everything. I'm like,
yeah, what the hell am I looking at? It's a reptilian joke. No, you won't get it. You won't get it. Yeah, they won't get it.
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. That was common in our
Saurian thing.
Yeah.
When I was doing my check,
Jathan, the drow who is in the sewers is just sitting watching you. Is like, yeah, there's a bedroll in the room. There's a table. There's a book on the table. You know,
Can
he's
I
just
wander around sniffing everything? So sort of do an investigation check.
You
As
absolutely
normal.
100% can. Give me give me an investigation check at advantage. Have you gave the drow a good sniff?
Have I gave the drow a good sniff?
Did you give him a good sniff, or did you just sniffing around the room?
I will sniff everything.
Okay, so you know what he smells like. Okay, that's fine.
I have to ask.
Okay, what am I using? Investigation. 18.
Okay, we'll come back to you.
I have to ask my good friend. We have been sent down here by the spirit within the, I can't remember the name of the park, Plot Spludge.
Abukia.
The Abukia. We were sent down here to help her in trying to help ease her suffering. She's been down here. We're down here to find out what's been cutting up her roots from her forest. We were just wondering if you can help us in it at any point, or maybe point us in the right direction.
He looks at you for a while again. 5 creature just kind of barged into the place he's been living. He's like, looks, he's like, I've seen some humans pass by occasionally. Not for some time. They went deeper into the sewers.
Oh,
Not for a week or so, though.
Those goddamn humans. It always cause them bother.
I assumed they were working here, but I picked this part of the sewer because it doesn't get many visitors.
What is it you do, may I intrude and ask?
I am here for the festival in a few weeks.
What do you do exactly down here?
He looks at you for a while. Mainly read.
Insight check.
Go for it.
He mainly reads.
He is the most readingest drow you've ever met.
There's no books here, though, right?
He was reading a book when you came in. There's a book lying on the table.
Fair enough.
Could I
Previously mentioned.
Yes, okay.
could I tell if he had a
Well,
bounty
this
out for him?
library.
Sorry, Jim, give me a second. Leon, what did you say there?
Could I tell if he had a bounty out for him?
Oh, sorry, from your earlier check, he does not match any of the drow that you have on record. However, that just means that nobody's looking for him. Not a drow. I'll get back to you in a second, Rachel. Jim, what were you asking there?
Are the libraries in the room?
There is the two books you've seen. There is some like travel satchels lying around, which may or may not have things in them. You've not looked, but you know he's holding up. He was reading a book. He just came in, and he does have a book on the table.
What book are you reading?
What book is he reading?
Yeah.
Tough
It's
love.
from what you can see. It's a kind of leather bound tome. It doesn't have a name on the front though. There is some symbols on the front, which I'll say are in Undercommon. So Richard, if you want to have a look, you can try and have a perception check.
I actually also have comprehend languages up, so it helps me read it as well.
That's
so if
fine.
it is an undercommon, yeah, then I'll be able to read it either way.
It says the hierarchies of the houses of the Drow Kingdom.
Oh, right.
That's an interesting book you got there. I kind of dabble in reading myself.
So you dabble in. He looks at you like you dabble in reading.
We come from
Interesting.
Neverwinter. We don't get a lot of people or learned people up there that like to read. So when I say dabble, I mean I'm probably the only person that can read.
Did you say a
laugh.
pogo?
Present
hear-
club company excluded, of course. Apart from
He
the
looks at your
Northern.
wolf.
Yeah.
It's like your wolf reads as well. Excellent. Yes, I've heard Tusk Love is particularly popular in Neverwinter. I don't read such lowbrow books myself. This is merely an explanation on the many houses of the Drow Kingdom. The hierarchy is somewhat convoluted. It's best to keep up to date. And you'll see it has a year written on it, but it's not the year years go by, but you would assume it's the years as the Drow count them. They don't go by your filthy above ground calendar.
If the book is still open, what page is it on? Or is there anything of interest, any pictures or anything that you may be reading at this point?
Without going over and literally looking directly at the page,
Yeah,
I'm going to say you can't tell unless you want to go over and grab the book out of his hand.
What about a quick perception check? Just to see if I can
Give
get
me a
glance?
perception check. If you
Yeah.
can get above 20, you can get the title of the page.
Nope.
No, you
That's
can't.
fine.
He sees you looking. He puts his bookmark in it and closes the book.
Fair enough.
Now, Rochelle, you asked me some questions. Yeah, he's been in this for a while. You smell the bedrolls smell like him. The seat has got the smell of drow upon it. The satchel though, it smells of him, but there's a different smell, an above ground smell.
Can I put like my face in the bag, sort of thing, like dogs do? Well, like when they're kind of going like this and they shove their face in.
You absolutely can. Or what I'll say is the bag has got some like latches on it, like some like a book bag. So it's got like what do you call them? Belt tie.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Buckles,
like
thank you.
strapping.
Buckle
Yeah,
went, the
buckles.
word went out of my head there. It's got them on, so as you're trying to nose it, it's like it's very hard for you to open just using your face. And the drow does stand up and say, no, remove your dog from that.
Oh
no.
yeah, of course. I'll pull out the water scoosher. Like, bad dog. So I'll start scooshing to stop her.
Oh,
I'm
no,
just gonna
stop
grab
it.
the bag with my teeth and pull on it.
Now,
Because
I gotta apologize for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab her by the scruff.
Can I
I'm
just pull
holding
the
on
bag
to
as
that
well and
bag.
pull it the other way?
Wait.
Let go. Let go.
Okay.
Can I?
No, I like what you're doing. Jim, what are you going to say before I go into undone?
I was going to say, here, give Rachel's dog a little bit of attention. Give me the dog. I'm going to start trying to sleight hand try and flip the latches open while I'm doing
Okay,
that.
a bunch of things are happening now, right? So the dog and Sam are pulling on the
Yeah,
bag.
pulling.
While you're doing that,
Tug
you're
of
going to
war.
go pretend that you're going to get the dog off, but instead sleight of hand try to open the bag.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
it's not a terribly hard bag to open because it is literally just some buckles to stop the lid it flapping open. However, the drow is now coming towards you
Yeah.
and is trying to get his bag because you are like, this is weird. So I will give you a sleight of hand at disadvantage. I'm looking for you to beat a 13 because at this point he is trying to get in as well, and they're also fighting over the bag.
I'm just
Right.
trying to get the dog off the bag.
No, you're trying to get the dog off the bag. Minnie's wrestling the dog, and the dog is bit the bag. Right? There's a lot of things happening now.
Yeah. I'm grappling the bag.
This is just making the
Right,
Rachel
I'm
dog
taking the 11,
more
mate. Right,
happy.
Aye,
Going,
disadvantage.
okay.
It was a
He's
disadvantage,
trying to
This is
get
man.
what my life
and he
is.
grabs it and he just rips the bag as hard as he can. Now, I will say that it is going to be his strength versus the dog's strength unless you let it go. What you
I
doing?
ain't letting that go. No.
Okay, so Chafin is going to do a straight strength check. He
You know
gets...
this is because you didn't give her a proper combat, right?
Whatever. I mean, this is for fun, though.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
10, what did you get?
Not 20.
You rip it out. Not only do you rip it out, the bag opens.
Splits open.
And
Yeah.
something wrapped in kind of heavy sackcloth flies out the bag along with some
Can I
paper.
try and catch it?
Yeah, fuck it, why not? Give me a dexterity check to beat a 15 to catch what's in the cloth.
21.
Holy shit. Now you guys roll like champions, of course. Yeah. Boom. One hand. Looking the other way. Catch it. Something heavy.
Heavy. What is this? I'll unwrap it quickly.
Now
see
wait a
what
minute.
this is.
We're
I'm
imposing
running
on
over
this
to her
guy's
and
living
my
room.
face is just getting
Yeah.
right in there. See what he's doing.
This man lives here, and we're going through his shit. I think we should give him it back, and just we should be on our way. I apologize for all of this.
I
No,
just
no,
start
no.
growling.
Here's what's happening. Richard, you do say that.
Yeah.
However, Leon did say he was unraveling it. As you start to... The cloth was very, very thick. It was waxed. It actually has some leather in the... so to stop it, the second you open it, golden light comes out.
Golden light.
Golden light. And the drought actually does that for a second. Is it? No, that is mine.
I'll keep on unraveling it.
You
Some
should
MacGuffin.
probably wait. First off, you should probably unwrap. You should probably wrap that back up. The thing about the drow is they're very good above ground, and they do not like the light. Maybe if you want to find out what this is, maybe not do that so we can look at us when we're talking to them. Exactly. I'm glad I couldn't have put it better myself.
Yeah, what she said.
Right, let me just check some things
in
here.
doggo language, that's why the won't you turn the fuck around.
Okay, let me see. Okay, how does that work? No, okay,
Is
that
it
wouldn't
just
work.
like a
Alright, cool.
big? Is it just like a big container of light? Is that
Nope.
all I can see?
Well, what's happened is you unwrapped it. Richard said his thing, so you just continued it. You just ignored him and opened up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
It's-
just continue.
A hard.
Yeah,
to
I'm
describe.
standing on like my hind legs, like looking what he's doing.
Okay. It's weird when you open it. The light gets brighter, and the drow again. Can you please cover it? It is mine. I need to return it to my people. But when you look at it, it's strange. It's like a plant. But it's glowing bright and like almost it gives off this golden aura. You've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, that's shield the light from the drow's face.
You're gonna shield the light from his face. Are you gonna just cover his eyes, or what's your plan? How do you?
Well,
you're-
what do you think?
Get
No, what if I cloak and just do that? It's like,
Okay, so you go in front of him, you kind of hold so the guy can at least look. He's like, "Look, I must return to my people with this. You must cover it so I can, and please leave." I have not barged into your home and tried to take your things.
Yeah, exactly.
Control your animal.
Do I know what
You're
this
sure my
planet?
family.
Right. Anyone that's had a look at it can give me, and there's more to this, and there's proficient, not just roll randomly, who's proficient in Arcana or History can give me a roll.
I don't have.
I
Yeah,
am proficient
am.
in neither of
Natural
those.
20.
I'm
So
proficient
that
in-
is 29.
Yes, Rachel.
I'm not looking.
What is that for? History or
Arcana.
what was that? History or Arcana?
Arcana.
Liam, what did you
Arcana,
get?
whatever you pronounce it.
I don't have a proficiency in Arcana or History, so
I'm
I
not
couldn't roll
looking.
it.
I'm proficient in
Okay,
both,
so-
but I'm not looking.
Right, you're not looking. Rachel, you don't know. You've heard of things like this. You don't know what this one is called specifically, but you've heard of this. This is used for growing crops. It's some kind of magical device that was made in the old world, and some have been found throughout the world. There's been books written about them, and basically they're planted, or not so much planted, they're held in a field, and for the next year, so anything within 500 feet of that grows very well, regardless of how well they're tended. Provided they're given a basic level of care, they receive bumper crops.
This
Okay. I'll
Can
Can you
just
please
look
cover it,
at-
please? It hurts my eyes. I must bring it back to the people.
I'll try and get Leon's character to cover it. I'll just be like,
I'll begin
You know what?
covering it up,
Never
kind
mind.
of thing, but I'll try and like take a leaf off of it if I can.
No, I mean,
just-
it's a solid object.
Oh, so
I
no,
will-
that's
it's
fine.
alright.
I won't damage it. Right then, okay.
Right.
I
Just,
will
yeah.
drop wild shape because this is just making shit awkward.
Oh yeah, and you think
Okay.
dropping wild shape now would make things less awkward?
You've said it, you've done it, right? So
Uh-huh.
Leon,
I'll
you kind
take it off.
try and break it, realise like, well, that's a silly idea, and
Yeah.
you re-wrap it, and the light goes, and and now you can kind of like look out. Thank you. You can put your cloak down. Jim, what were you saying you wanted to do?
That's just done now. So I was going to try and grab it off and just sort of cover it and go back to him.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. So yeah, but between the two,
Oh yeah, I
you
was
just
gonna
get
try and get
Yeah.
it back to him as well.
And then the Druid
I'm
looks around,
not-
and the
I'm
direwolf
not
has
sure I want to
became.
give it back to him yet, but I,
Your hand just clamped around it like, no.
He goes over and he tries to pull it out of your hands. Like, please, this is mine. You barged into my home and tried to take my things.
It helps crops. I know what it is. It helps crops. It's actually important to him. I thought he was stealing things that weren't his. It's actually important. So we should definitely give it back.
if it is important, then should it not be in the hands of someone who is important? Who
Well,
is
he might be
this
important for all we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that, he straightens up, and kind of like fixes his fancy clothes and his fancy drow hat with the 3 feathers in it. How do you know? I am a emissary of my house. I was brought here. I've purchased this gift. Sorry, I've purchased this item. I am staying for the festival, and then I will leave at the end of the month.
If you are our emissary, then you should have identification.
Are we asking for his papers because he's a drow?
I don't think this is.
No,
this
no,
is,
no,
This
no,
is touching
no,
on.
no, no,
Yeah.
no,
I mean,
way.
Leon. I mean,
Hey!
yeah. I mean,
Don't go
that's-
there.
I mean,
He looks
Can
at
I
you
take
Yeah.
it?
angrily, and it's like,
Can I
papers?
take it off Screamer? And
May I ask, where are your papers? Are you an official representative of the city? Are you some kind of lawman?
Well, that's.
Have you been sent here by the city to look for drow?
I'm not claiming to be either of those things.
And-
You're claiming to be an emissary.
But you're apparently you can take things from people and demand to see their papers of ownership.
If you use use a
No,
sword in
that's-
this, I'm just gonna go this way. I'm gonna leave.
I'm going to follow the lizard. You do as I
So, right, who's
apologize.
leaving?
yeah, me.
Yeah, I'm going to
Right, you
apologize.
leave. That's fine. Yeah, so you just walk out.
Yeah.
Sam and Hazel, what you doing? Are you staying or are you going? Leon, don't
I'm
go in there
trying
'cause
to-
you do the thing.
I'm trying to get Screamer to give back the item that I took out.
And as that's happening, I'm trying to calm down the dragon. I myself am from the third clutch of Bleen.
Leon, and your questions about ownership. Give me an insight check.
Not great. 8.
It's definitely his. 100%. Like, yeah, this he's enraged by the very thought that you would dispute the ownership of this thing. Please, I beseech you, give me back my item. I have caused you no problem. You barged into my home, you searched my things, you demand to see. How can I possibly provide you with papers that would satisfy you? I have papers from the Drow Kingdom. Do you read Undercommon?
How much did this
He
cost
pulls
you?
out his symbol.
Oh yeah,
Does he have that?
I read Undercommon if that helps.
Yeah. Like, do you really think I was being facetious? I don't. Who brings? Do you have papers to prove where you have came from?
Actually, yeah,
Yes,
I do.
look.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Right, roll for bullshit, right? Because no, you don't.
No, we were given papers because we
No,
were
I
here to
don't.
start. No, we were given papers because we were
Well,
here
that's
to
true, yeah.
start a guild.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we
good
have
point.
papers.
And may I ask, when you go to any city, so you actually have papers, and he's like, "Huh, I didn't think you would. You called my bluff there." However, when you travel to any city, when you have business there, do you take papers to prove who you are? I simply arrive.
Well, in our line of business,
course.
we kind of have to.
I'm a visitor to the city. I have purchased this, and I plan to stay for the parade to
How
enjoy
much
the
did
parade.
it cost?
Wait,
3,000 gold.
Okay,
have
would
to-
I know-ish the price of something like
From
this
your
would sell for? No.
can earlier on, yeah, you would. That's what it
I'll,
was. 10,000 gold.
Right,
when
okay.
when I
That's what I
realized
was thinking.
that's been happening, I'll just say, okay, I can see this is important to you, and this is
Wait.
Yes.
By the way,
Alright.
nowhere near the quest. Just so you know, like, nowhere near it. Like,
It's us.
I'm gonna leave now.
well, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go, wait a minute. You say that,
Ew.
didn't you say that thing that helps grow things? We sitting here, down here, fix some roots. Think that could help us grow?
so
He bought this for 3,000 gold. I don't think so. You must have either stole this or someone. But you've stole this.
I do like Richard's method of thinking. He kind of opens his eye and closes his. Oh my god! Right, okay.
Who have you stole it from?
I did not steal it. However,
It's not worth 3 grand.
It was purchased on the black market.
Ooh. No.
Yeah, they would have sold it for more than that.
No, it's hard to shift such valuable items for that much money. They
No.
stole
It's
something, they
worth-
didn't realize what they had, and I made a
It's-
killing on the sale.
Now, wait a minute.
I'm sure they knew what they
Before
had.
we go down any more of these lines of questions, you were caught stealing shoes out of the Mages Guild recently. I mean, this is sticks and stones and throwing stones in glass houses.
This isn't
No,
shoes.
but, this is exactly my point. This is not exactly a big thing. I mean, if he's went and bought this off the black market, I'm certain he is doing this for the good, because what good could you use a magnum like this for anything other than good? It helps grow stuff. The Drow are underground. They don't have a lot of food down there. I know my stuff. We should probably get going and try to find what the spirit is, because she's currently running a mind spike right down my spine, trying to tell me that we are fucking up bad.
No, I'm into this now. I'm actually whatever you want to do is fine. He
I
does.
think we should
He
keep
is
it.
starting to sweat more. Keep it. What gives you the right to take this from me? You say I
stole
stole
it?
and so you can steal it from me. Is this how this works?
Yes, exactly.
That's a double negative. I
I
don't
did
think that
not
works.
steal it. I purchased it from a less than reputable seller. Just because they didn't know what I had.
It's not
does
real,
mean-
or you.
If it's not real, you have no interest in it, and if I stole it, it is you steal it from me. As your
So I
friend
may
has
as
said,
well keep it then, right?
oh, you've got it now.
Oh no, I don't. Sorry, scream ahead of it.
It's like, as your friend said, it is hard to grow crops on the ground. My house is on the wane. I did not wish to speak of this.
Yeah,
We cannot purchase such things legally because they are incredibly expensive. I found a seller, I've taken it back to my home, and then we will have food for the next year, and we can perhaps start to rise again. And now
This
some
might
people
help
have stumbled
the roots
across
in
me.
Here. This might
I'm
help the
leaving in a
roots.
few weeks. Why would this harm the roots? It helps plants grow.
Did you
You
see?
said a month, a few minutes ago.
Did you say he?
Say again?
Sorry.
And does not give a rat's arse about this.
Yeah. Did you say he pulled out a holy symbol earlier?
No, he pulled out a sigil of his house.
Sigil of his house. What was the sigil?
It's just some random bullshit drow stuff, man. I don't know the sigil of the house. A fucking dagger with a black heart and a rose in it. I don't know.
Right, fine. As long as there wasn't so there wasn't a
Spider
spider.
bullshit.
There wasn't a spider on it, right, or anything like that.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
Didn't
all
translate
drows have
into
got spider stuff.
Didn't translate
No, it's not
into
like Lolth or anything.
yeah, Lord praise Lolth or anything like that, because there's a difference.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
Yes.
I heart spiders.
Yeah, I heart
I mean,
spiders.
it was just a generic drow house.
Oh, if that's the case, I give it back to him. No,
He does appear to be
no I
worried
don't
now,
actually
though.
have it. So.
I mean,
Yeah, you
I
don't.
can see this will do very much good to your people.
He takes it.
Perhaps. I guess
Thank you. I mean, could you please leave? Leave me be.
he pats him on the head and then he leaves.
Drow holds his knife. Like,
yeah.
please leave.
Yeah, as everybody's leaving, I'll just before I leave, I'll turn back and go. I'll apologize for my friends. They're a little bit rough around the edges, coming from Neverwinter. I hope this doesn't put you off the city. And could we ask for your assistance in trying to get other guild seals?
He looks at you. Leave me be.
It would be.
I've done you no harm. I have not assaulted you in a way. You barged into my home, rifled through my things, tried to take things from me, and then threatened to take the thing that would save my house.
To be fair, I mean that was them. I mean I'm.
You are with them. Do not make excuses for the rabble that you travel with. If they are truly so useless, you shouldn't travel with them.
Well, that's true, but you're a drow, and I didn't exactly put you in the same house as your other lot, now did I?
Explain the other lot.
Well, you know, the drow are...
The rest
Well,
of his
not unless,
species.
depending on what you're doing, is
That
they're
is
not a nice...
profiling, my
Yeah,
friend.
they're
That
not.
has
They're
nothing
not
to
a
do-
nice. They're not a nice race, is what they are.
No, they are not.
No. So it's a case of it says I didn't. So that's my point. Is I didn't
Right.
exactly tar you with the same brush, so to speak.
There's nothing to say I am nice. However, when 5 clear adventurers stumble upon you, perhaps
Feels why I have
battle would not be the most prudent course of action for one such as myself. Doesn't make me any less evil, though. No.
No, I agree. As I, put up some green flames and represent necromantic magic. And anyway, I bid you.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. You just do all those things, and he kind of sits back down and watches you leave.
Just one more thing, no, I'm joking.
So like, stab, give me that
I'm
beam.
going to cast.
Columbo.
I'm going to cast past that chest,
One
go
more
back in the
thing.
skeleton and walk back out.
Do you really do that, Jim?
No, I don't.
Okay. Right. Yeah. So you've done it. Rachel really wants that bean. I can see it in her face. She's desperate for that.
No, she's gutted. She's absolutely gutted.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So he's done a thing. He's backtrack to here. Oh, not to there, because that person can't see. That's the guy I just made. Let's try again. To here.
Okay. So we can go down or up.
You can go down. This is the way that you have came from, and this is the way to the mid-northern sewers.
I'll go
go
first
down
because
then.
I feel bad for profiling that drow.
I don't feel bad in the slightest.
Yeah, no,
You shouldn't, Rachel.
yeah,
You were right all the time.
I'm saying to Screamer. Next time when you're talking to people, you maybe should want to sit back. I mean, do you hate all races, or is it just something that's just within your blood?
I am not a trusting person.
Oh, but you're not a trusting person with drow in particular, or is it just is... I mean, you seem to trust us, okay, and I'm not going there, but if we also have an elf. I mean, the drows are technically elves as well when you think about it. I mean, we all live under the same roof, so to speak. It's all one.
So wait, you hate elves?
Not at all. I'm just. Do you hate elves, Screamer?
No. I just
You
want to
just don't know the elves?
So it's just drow,
It's in
right?
the right hands.
It's just the drow you don't like. Oh, we get it. I'm gonna say in Draconic because damn, I thought the Northerners were bad.
No.
Also,
I'm going to flip back my hair and reveal my long ears and just stare at Screamer. draw daggers at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna put his hair back over. You seem to have moved your hair over your ears there, son.
Pat it back in place.
Yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
that's better.
While you're doing that, Richard rolled last time, so now, Jim, roll me a D100, please.
D100, right. Okay.
That drow's gonna come back and stab us in the night.
Good. Deserve it.
You certainly do, Screamer. I mean, I thought I liked you for a minute there, but we got off on the wrong foot, clearly. Do you regularly ask for,
67, mate. Interesting. Okay, cool.
Do you regularly ask for people's papers, or is it just something you do?
That was a bold move when you asked for the paper. Oh my god, he's asking for papers. What's going on here? I was very impressed. Okay, Jim, you have rolled me that. Now, roll me. What the fuck is it? Oh, hold on.
That means there's nothing. We're fine, lads. We're fine. We're good. We're kosher.
Oh no, here we go. Right, you found that, and it was okay. That's okay. Who's got the highest perception?
Passive perception.
Passive perception.
I
Sorry,
have 16.
16.
Where's my passive perception? Oh, it's 15.
Yours is okay. It's all 15, yeah.
No, 16.
16.
16, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Jim, roll me a D27.
D27. Right, how do I do that?
Just / roll 1D27. Doesn't actually have a table for this, which is very annoying. That's why I couldn't find it. Because you get like a cool thing.
Unrecognized command.
Okay.
Yeah, I could do it.
Definitely works. Okay, let's go.
26.
Okay. 26. Okay. 26. For that one. Okay, Jim. This was for you though. As you're walking along, you see a bit of the wall doesn't look right. The brickwork is kind of like hanging off.
I'm going to take one of my arrows down the side and start sort of jabbing, see if anything happens.
So pokey poke, yeah? No check for traps,
Yeah.
just pokey poke. Nice. Cool. So
walk
you
into a bar down here.
While I do the side, start going poking it just like that.
and it falls out, and you look in, and there's a book there.
Oh, but right. I look around and see if there's anything that might trap me in it before I sort of reach in and grab it.
Give me a check for traps, and it'll be an investigation check.
Right. Okay. There's nothing. So. 12, 19.
Yeah, having a look. Yeah, you look around. There's no nets. You kind of like look at the floor. There's no weird tiles. You look. There's no like. There's no people that are dressed as walls ready to jump out on you. There's nothing in there. No wires. Just a book and a weird hole.
That's good. I'm going to go around and just sort of grab it out. Slowly grab it out.
You kind of like go. You put your hands in. You get it. You put it's a really thick, weighty book. It's kind of like got gold writing on it. It's like really beautifully bound. It's heavy. And on it says something. What it says is Tome of Clear Thought.
So, clear thoughts. I'm going to turn around to Golf now and ask him if he knows anything about this book.
Any arcana, anyone who's proficient in arcana or history can give me a roll for this.
We'll do arcana.
18.
10.
10. Golf, like, fucking Tome of Clear Thought rings a bell. However, Hazel goes, I know what that is. I've heard of that. Tome of Clear Thought. Magic. If you read that for
That's
48
magic.
hours over the course of a few days, it makes you smart.
That'll make you smart. 2 days.
Oh.
Genius.
I'm going to put it into my lodge it into my power of holding.
Into your quiver of haha, this is mine now. Mechanically, what that book does is it increases the
Intelligence by
reader's
2.
intelligence by 2
Right.
if they spend 40 hours reading it over the course of a few days. So any intelligence-based characters you have, that'd be incredibly useful too. You're the druid, aren't you? Wisdom-based?
Yes, actually, good point.
I'm
I
intelligence.
don't know why I waved.
I'm
Yes,
intelligence-based.
wisdom.
You sure are.
In that case, I'm going to give it to Governor then.
Oh, that's
I'm not very intelligent.
Oh, well, maybe
Maybe it'd help you then.
Yeah, maybe you'd benefit from this. But yeah, okay, I'll certainly keep a hold of it in case you change your mind.
So yeah, you have found a weird book about stuff.
Awesome.
Cool. That's actually, again, it's incredibly overpowered. It's meant to be in common items, but they didn't have an uncommon loot tables. Like, fuck it, let's just do that. So yeah, there's a passageway leading south.
I go south.
I'll go first if you want me to.
There you go
Okay.
first.
Right, so he's travelled to here. 3 ways to go: south, east, west.
Let's go north. I'm joking.
Let's go west.
I'm actually have an idea about this. Well, give us a minute.
Oh, okay. Zip.
Any rats? Any rat tracks? Are we still empty?
None that you've noticed. Evidence of previous rat occupation, but nothing rat related today.
Is the sewer filling up yet since slowly opened it up?
The water when you first came in was quite dark and green and like clearly like had stuff in it. It's running faster now. The kind of twist of the valve has definitely made the water run more, but it has not made it. It's not made it like, it's not overflowing or anything. You get the impression you'd have to turn that on to full and leave it for a great deal of time. Like it's been made with like safety in mind and like to do a specific job. It's not designed to like flood the sewers or blast the city or anything. It's simply a device used for cleaning the sewers. Which again it'd be used if maybe there'd been heavy rainfall and like a lot of debris had been washed in there. They would use that to wash it out with the help of maybe teams of people clearing out the sewers at the same time. It was not a self-destruct button.
Where's the flow of water going?
It's coming from the north and is leading to the south, but it splits off from various directions. Here, from this side, it is running east.
Mm-hmm.
And it runs east here, and it splits off and goes down this channel.
I suggest we go east if that's the case.
Is he agreeing?
Yeah, I'm agreeing. I think it's go east.
Okay, east takes you to here, and nope, that's not what I meant to do. And then takes you to there.
I'll go as well.
East again?
East, what you do notice is that the water ends there. So it doesn't end there. There's another feed from above, bringing it in from that direction, and there's a small tunnel leading that way, and it flows south.
South and then the tunnel?
You go up and search it, and there's a large empty room with nothing in it.
Nothing special.
Just to show you, this is what the room looks like. It is just simply a large room.
God, where have we gone again now?
Nothing in it at all. Just
Nothing at all. You have a look round, yeah, and it just appears to be this kind of unused. It looks like at one point there was maybe meant to be some kind of construction to bring more water in through there, but it was either abandoned or not required. It could also be used for storage.
I was hoping for some magic light, but okay.
Yeah, let's follow the flow of water again. We'll go south if that's the case.
Yeah, definitely.
You head south, leads you to here. Somebody's through the wall. There we go. From this direction here, you do actually hear muffled sounds of the city. Not like particularly loud or anything, but every now and again you'll hear like a thump, or like kind of like something will open. You'll hear some kind of chatter. But yeah,
it sounds like another way out.
I'll see if I can like see where the sound is coming from?
Absolutely. So you go here, and there's stairs leading up the way.
I found. I look around to see if the guys were following me, and
Just assume that they're all there. I'm not going to move them all around the map all the time.
Yeah, means we got another
Yeah,
exit.
Two sets of stairs leading up. At the end of each one is just a thick door, thick wooden door, banded with iron and set into some stonework. Large handle on either side.
Any signs?
They're looking well conditioned. Give me a perception check.
Not only that, would my comprehend languages still be up?
We'll say it is for the purpose of this, but the signs are going to be in common, so you can really read them.
Oh, so I can really read them. So do I get advantage then if that's the case?
Yeah, you can give advantage if you want.
Nice. Doesn't matter. I got
Well
10.
done, mate.
Yeah, fantastic.
10 twice. You look at the door and it just simply says entrance to Northern Tower.
There we go. We found an entrance to the Northern Tower.
Right, let's go to the Southern Tower.
I'll see if I can like jot this down for later on.
Absolutely, yeah. You make a note saying entrance to Northern Tower is in sewers.
I'll take my. I don't know. I don't know if I have any chalk on me or anything.
Let's just say you do. Let's not get weighed down in like things that don't matter. You've got a scrap. You've got a book. You've got pens and pencils. You've been sketching.
You know the information.
Yeah.
I'll just mark the wall to see where we've been, I suppose.
Yeah, you've drawn like a rudimentary kind of map. Every kind of corridor you've went down, you have mapped out the sewer to an extent in case you need to backtrace your steps. You've got a room that says "Angry Elf Man, we were racist to" in it.
You know those markings that James had pointed out, by the way, that like scrapes on the wall from
scuffs and
swords
script
and
marks,
whatnot?
yeah.
Are those here as well?
You'd need to do another. I'll say that the people that found them can do an investigation or perception check at advantage, and now actually anyone that wants to do it can do it at advantage because you've been shown what to look for.
An investigation? 21, 16, so 21 first.
Yeah, and there actually appears to be some tracks that someone's worked very hard to hide from the Northern Tower.
Coming from or going
Coming
to?
from and going back to.
Markings from the tower.
I think we should go
Batman.
in that direction.
Oh, wait a
Going
minute.
towards the Northern Tower.
Yep.
Wait a minute. So we're talking about we found tracks and they're trying to be hidden. Now, did we find out what exactly in the Northern Tower?
We'll find out.
You can give me a history check for what you have gleaned about the city. I believe you were given a pamphlet that explained things about the city at one point, so you do have a kind of understanding
I
of
have
things.
a pamphlet. I will read through if there's anything. I'll read through it now. Actually, if there is one, and
You absolutely can do that. So again, this is all
13.
taking time.
18.
Cool. I will give you. You can do it at advantage if you're reading the pamphlet.
oh yeah, cool. Not 20,
18.
26.
Nice.
Oh,
That's very good. Okay, you recall this as quick as I can find it. Well, give me a second to find it.
Awesome.
Oh shit.
So
No,
not very
oh no.
quickly.
Yeah, because I've actually logged out the goddamn system. Right, hold on a second. From what I remember, right, the Craftsman, the Darling, Florea, Northern Tower. Okay, that's why I can't find it, because it's not feckin' there. This is very much like if just someone who didn't know how to make these things made it, because they don't actually connect things together. Okay, let's see. If I go to Florea Sewers, there we go. So go down to there. City Tower, that's what it's under. I should have known, of course.
City Tower, okay.
The city towers, yeah, they're mentioned. They're used as guard posts throughout the city. So, like, you'll get guardsmen that spend their shift there, go there for beginnings of shifts or ends of shifts. They'll, they'll store like weapons and armor there when they're not using them. But they're basically kind of like police stations. Not all of them are used. There's bigger ones, there's smaller ones. The Northern City one, there's one that you've seen the entrance to, isn't mentioned specifically, so you would assume that means it's one of the smaller ones. It's probably just used for some kind of storage and for like them to bunk off and have a smoke when it's raining.
Does it?
I mean, he's probably thinking a little bit too much into it, but if it's used for storage and it's one of the smaller ones, I mean, if I was a corrupt cop or anything, I'd be using this as to travel goods and other things through the sewers and into the tower, or vice versa. But strangely enough, I still haven't seen any roots down here.
On that note, there has been occasional roots poking through the wall. They're not like into the water or anything, but it does appear that the ones you have seen seem to be intact.
Any roots around this tower entrance?
Not through the entrance itself, but in the walls you can see occasional roots kind of poking through.
Well, it's obviously these idiots haven't been doing any of the damage.
You have to go deeper.
Yeah, you do.
I've been told that many times before, but
Can I block the entrance to the tower so that people can't get in there?
There is 2 doors at the top of either set of stairs. If you wanted to block them, it's stone frames into like wooden doors. The hinges, I'm going to say, you can't see them, which would make you assume they're on the other side. If you wanted to try and block it, what would you do? How would you go about doing so?
I can maybe use a lock, like the lock that was on the valve earlier on.
The lock isn't always built into the actual mechanism itself. You broke it, it didn't pop off, but it was just like, it was a mechanism built into the side that basically, imagine it is the valve was like this, and there's like a metal pipe that was through it, which comes off when you lock it, it sticks back in. You just bent the lock off, so it's
I thought I took the spell lock, but I didn't.
I've got some like rope, hemp rope that I could use.
If you want to like tie it from each handle to the other hand, I mean, if you want to try and do some crazy bullshit, let's go for it. I'll tell you what to do. We'll call it either a sleight of hand check or a dexterity check, just to like basically jam the door to stop it opening.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it's got a fairly hard DC though. I'm gonna say that's what I had.
I got
that'll do, mate. Yeah, you get your dagger and you basically ruin the lock from the side you're on, so that even with the key now, it won't work. And then you can go over and do the exact same thing to the door. So you basically gum up the lock. It's going to take somebody, they're going to have to pop off the lock, renew it, maybe take the door off the hinges to get into it now. So yeah, you successfully blocked your means of escape.
I was just about to say, let's hope we don't need to go that way.
Yeah.
I'll say to the group, that won't stop them, but let's all let them make it harder.
But
for us to get out.
What them coming into the sewers may stop us from getting out of the sewer, but will it stop them coming into the sewers? I mean, lots of this, right?
And on that weirdness, we will end the session because it's now 10:30 and I have to get stuff ready for work tomorrow. So yeah, you successfully stop, I don't know, corrupt cops or just maintenance workers getting into the sewer. We don't know. But yeah.
We fucked about.
We stopped
We fucked
production.
about and we're not going to stop
workers.
to find out. So
The thing is, you don't know, mate, and like what you know is that something suspicious is going on. That's what
I
you know.
doubt that maintenance workers hide their tracks and like cover them up, but I don't know.
That's very, very valid, mate. You don't know what they would do because why would they hide their tracks? Maybe it's a stash. Maybe just someone's keeping something
that.
down there.
Genuinely love this.
Maybe I'll just win for it.
I know this. Florea, who cares? It's just fuck doors. Whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, so he's successfully accosted an elf. I wonder if you're going to find out more about that later on.
I
Because
thought
something said the
it
right
was
instinct.
suspicious him having such a a rare item hiding in the sewers, but it is what it is.
Look, he bought something off the black market. We've got an entrance where people are bringing goods in and
Yeah,
out.
exactly.
This is the black market is here,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
or part of it.
Did I just block off
I
the
mean,
black market?
he's also found lots of open spaces that could quite easily be used for people to like set up kind of black markets and things and like hide out. I mean, it's a sewer. It's a D&D game.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's permanent
That
arrangement.
is
It's just
single-handedly,
like a
like,
good place to meet.
Stop the
Absolutely.
black
It's a
market
sewer
from
market.
happening. Like,
You know, that quest that you've been given.
People have been doing it
So
throughout
market.
history. Look at the vaults in Edinburgh. They have done it there.
Yeah. Everything he's done makes logical sense. I mean, like, you guys would be suspicious of this weird drow that's hanging out here, but also, why do we care? Like, it's not what we're here for.
that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
That's
insight
fair.
checks I got was shit. Oh, I've got no reason to accuse him of anything at all whatsoever.
Yeah, he seems trustworthy. He's just hanging out in a sewer. Weird he's hanging out in a sewer. Perfectly good hotels in the above ground. But, you know.
Well, you also pointed out he's a drow.
He is a drow.
As
They
a
don't-
little last thing, I'm
Drow
gonna say,
I wouldn't imagine
peel
there was a
off
lot
an
of drow
entire
wandering
glove.
above the.
Well, you can be like a vampire. Sleep during the day, out at night.
Look at my
Oh,
skin. as
Hey,
well.
Al,
Yum.
Yes, all good theories that we will never come across again. Or use, because we will probably never play this again live on stream.
Although, I actually like
you'll be pretty bad. But yeah, I feel that.
yeah, when we do a talks macking in a year or something about something we're doing, I'm like, yeah, here's what happened, here's what was going to happen. But this is, again, this weird module, which is very weird. There's another 2 sections of sewer before you get to the area in the game. It's like this, it is, they've put a lot of
Really?
painstaking and work into the sewer system. And then what I had to work off was a random table that I meant to roll every minute to see whether you just get attacked. Every minute. That's madness. Right?
Real
Like,
time.
We were really lucky.
I think maybe it was meant to be like every minute, but it's like, who could be bothered getting attacked that many times in the sewer?
It's end game, innit? This is the end game.
This is not the end game at all, mate. This is literally the first mission you're meant to be sent on. You guys are just doing crazy bullshit left and right. There is a 21-day timeline in this game, and you are currently 3 days into it.
Well, on that note,
Oh, doing great.
That bombshell. Thank you very much for coming. If anyone watches this, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
I'm not.
apologise.
Yeah,
Again,
this is,
I
Daniel.
don't apologise.
I got a wee
we
bit
will
weird.
do it again. Oh, look, Richard, Slice
Gordon,
came in
yeah.
as well.
Live, alive.
Still streaming, who cares?
It's one of those. It is one of those streams. It does not matter.
Let me in on the stream.
It'd be funny if everyone came in. You
Yeah.
can speak in Slack.
Sally's about to come in. David's about to come in.
Right, we're all here. None of it
Yeah, yeah.
matters.
You could
So-
have run Philorium.
We could have ran Florium if that was the case, apart from Scott. Yeah. But anyhow, while we're here, we were playing the World of Florea. So
Florea edition.
Florea.
And we only done it because it's just some people got sad. Some
Yeah, we
people
had a
got-
lost
but we
people.
weren't doing D&D tonight. So yeah, we'll do D&D. And it's always good for me to jump back into D&D, however briefly, to try and remember this crazy bullshit and why
Yeah,
I
and then
hate
remember
combat
the
so
fact
much.
how you hate combat and you hate and as much as you hate sandboxes as well. Clearly, you just like railroading their players down to whatever they need to be doing.
I never railroad anybody. I give you lots of options. But in this one, the options are stupid.
Railroaded the hell out of us.
Yeah, you
It's
just
because I want us to get to the actual
I give
interesting
you
bit of the
options.
story.
That's stupid. You can't do it.
which is fair.
Like, to be fair, like, I think in Mutant you gave like so many options in the last session for stuff to happen. Like, to be fair, so
Oh, did you actually watch it, Leon?
I did actually watch it.
That's because I care deeply about
Yay!
Mutant. I don't care about Florea at all. I want us to get to the kill stuff as fast as possible.
It does not show.
Yeah. So on that
Even when
note,
I announced that I hate it.
yeah, on that note, have we got anything we want to promote? I mean, it's like I say, it's
Chris,
one
if
of these
anyone
shows-
sticks with us this long,
Yeah.
I don't know, we're doing some Halloween
anyone-
stuff, probably.
Yeah, this is true. I will probably be running the week after you, 17, 18, 19. I'll run my one shot at some point because it will be
I
a
think-
one shot Terminator thing.
Well, because
Yeah, I think 17, 18, 19 is the Alien RPG.
Yeah, I'll run the
yeah,
week
Sly,
after
what are
that.
you doing?
Okay.
Did
'Cause it's only
did
one
we land on a
episode.
decision for you?
Well, I had said I wanted to run some point in the last week of October.
Yeah.
And
Right, so you did last week.
apparently that translated to the 31st.
Which is technically the start of the last week because it's a Monday.
That's the last day.
So what
Yeah.
you mean is that okay, so the week
last
before.
full week. The
Right.
last full
Yeah,
week.
Scott.
One of those
Scott
days will be-
wants 31st.
Right. Did we get this nailed down today? Because it seemed to be really frustrating Scott today. So Scott's taking the 31st. Is that confirmed?
Yeah, fine.
He
Right,
wants
Scott's
to,
taking the
yeah.
31st. Right. So Gordon, if you take the 24th, then yeah.
We'll see.
You don't have to. I'm not.
Well,
I'm putting you in the spot. I'm
Rick-
putting you in the
I
spot.
think Dick's wanting to run stuff in the same week, so it's like,
Well, but he's doing a one day thing. That's why I'm
only a
saying.
one-day thing. Yeah.
I'm
don't worry
also
about it.
probably going to be doing like one day, maybe two.
Well, that's what we're talking about. So if one of these takes the 24th, one of these takes the 25th, that means we've actually got next Monday, Tuesday free, which means, well, I'm doing a talks episode anyway. I'm not doing Mutant again this month because I've got too much other stuff to do.
I'll run Florea, man. I mean, don't worry about that. I'll run Florea.
Right, so if you're going to do Florium, and if we really, really, really want to, we can do some more crazy bullshit in Florea. We can out just do a talks episode and we get everything absolutely nailed down what we're doing.
Yeah,
But as it stands right now, I'm taking 17th, 18th, 19th, Hughes are taking 24th, 25th,
Yep.
and Scott's taking the 31st.
Yes.
I
Is it-
just need 3 more people.
Yeah. I think there's a lot to.
And
Talk
just to
about in the
confirm
next-
for me, I'm taking Rachel, Mary, and Leon for Alien.
Yes.
Did someone else? Is Logan? Oh, Logan's playing in it as well. And to be
Chris.
confirmed, Chris.
Yeah.
To be confirmed,
Confirmed,
Chris.
Chris.
Because Chris has missed his own episode his own show 3 weeks in a row.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks in a row.
But like,
And that does not fill me with confidence.
like I was saying, Lee, are you
Just
wanting
as
to play
a quick
Terminator, mate?
note, we are still streaming.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Lee,
I'm not-
Yeah,
do you
I'm
wanna-
stating facts.
Lee, do you want to play Terminator?
As soon as I don't know if it's happening in your campaign, mate, I'll happily play. Happily play Terminator if you need an extra body. If you've got a full team, though, mate, do not feel under pressure to
No,
take
I've
me.
not got a full team.
I'll
I've just-
also
I've run a
happily
couple
play in
players.
Cyberpunk if you need a player, mate. I can fucking stick on some Cyberpunk glasses and put some nipple
Yeah,
tassels
fine.
on.
I was very specific. Anyway,
My costume's done.
guys,
Anyway,
thanks for watching us play this clusterfuck of a game. Again, we will be resuming normal for next week, and then after that it will be all Halloween
Normalish.
streams. So from there, hope to see you soon. We'll put up a list up and we'll give again, we'll probably mention it during talks on Monday, but until then we will see you for the next episode of the World of Florium. Florea does.
Goodbye.
love you, bye. We apologise, sorry, we don't like. Fucking switch it off for God's sake.